12:20 to play here. First quarter just underway. Tim Stubbs, TyRece, Boone here. Homecoming for UAPB. Rolling out his Mays and almost picked. Should have been picked, actually. And dropping at that time was Jamal Odom, and Odom was really the only man within 3 or 4 yards of that pass.
It was like he threw it to him, and it was in his hands. He was probably surprised the ball was so easy to pick off. There's the easy ones are the hard ones in many situations, and that was a very good example of that one.
So it's going to bring up third down and about 6 here as Odom drops an easy interception. Maybe that's one of their own defense, right?
Exactly. You're not here for your hands, here for your covering ability, but here you go.
But he's going to be dreaming about that one for a long time. It doesn't get much easier than that, but it happens. 3rd and 6. Mays throwing. And short hopped him incomplete. Alcorn come in on the hit.
Alcorn, man, we've been talking about him all week long. Alcorn is, is a small player, but he has a big heart, as Coach said, and he's going to come down and smack you if you're not ready for it.
So the Golden Lions will force a Marauder punt here. Central State University, the Marauders. And back deep for the Golden Lions is going to be Tyron Ralph, redshirt freshman out of New Orleans. Able to get the kickoff, nearly blocked. Not a real good kick, but he got a great roll. As it's going to roll inside the 10 down to the 7.
I can understand why they didn't sell out for the block, because you don't want to have a penalty like that this close in your own territory. But you got to dive forward for that one, man. You just kind of stood up and put his hands in the air like he just didn't care. And
wave him side to side.
Yeah, maybe if you even did that, he would be able to get a piece of that limp punt, but he was able to pin him inside the 10.
Well, last week's big player of the game, Keyshawn Williams. He'll get the start once again today. 147 yards rushing, 42 yards receiving. And a couple of big touchdowns, and he'll dot the I as we get started. Or let's see, it's going to be actually a little pistol, yeah.
And then shift.
And it's going to be Laurel Patterson getting the start again at quarterback. Handoff straight ahead. Not much running room there. Maybe a yard for Keyshawn. That's how we get started for the Golden Lions here. 11:50 to play, first quarter, no score, as we are just underway here.
Interesting to see. You have to run it when you're inside your own 10 this early in the game. You don't want to make any risk unnecessarily. Here they go.
Going to throw it, going up top with it. Got a man, but led him a little bit too far as he was trying to hook up with Colby McNeil, sophomore out of Little Rock. He had a step on him, but Patterson a little too much on that one.
All right. You know what I said about, not taking any risk? Well, there was one, and he almost paid off for him as well. Just a little bit of accuracy. He saw a little bit of issues with that last week. Let's see how he has combated that this time around.
Going to go no huddle here, and it's going to be a false start.
Okay.
That time for the Golden Lions. Left tackle there, that's number 78, Lewis Jackson, the third. Got a little jumpy over there, and that's going to back him up, make it 3rd and long.
I got to give him the BOD on that one. That defensive end on the right side was, herking and jerking around, and, that you got to pay attention. That's what you're here to do when you're on the offensive line. You got to be focused on your own snap count, not be worried about the people across the line. But it's a distraction, man. It's a distraction for sure.
Backs the Golden Lions up to their own 4 here, 3rd and 14.
I expect a run here. Nope.
Maybe set up a screen, running for his life. Patterson trying to get rid of it. He's being taken down in the end zone. He was able to get out of the pocket there and get it back to the line of scrimmage, so it's no intentional grounding, which would have resulted into a safety if they would have threw the flag. They're talking about it, but I believe he was outside of the pocket and got it back to the line of scrimmage. There's a couple variables there, but the Golden Lions catch a break.
Great job by Leo Patterson, recognizing the pressure, getting out the pocket, and just making it happen there. Making it happen to where they don't give up the 2 points.
Trying to punt it away. And it's going to take a great roll back into Marauder territory back at the 40. Then he is just swarmed back at the 36, maybe the 37. And a heck of a roll there for Jamie Gillen on the punt.
You know, one of the funniest comments I've ever heard about Jamie Gillen, they called him Golden Toe Gillen, and he showed it off right there. The great rolls on all these punts, and he's turning like, you know, what would be like a 40-yard punt into like a 61 just by the contact it makes with the ground. And now instead of starting off inside UAPB territory, they're now at their own 37.
This time Marauders want to spread them out here for receiver set. They will dump it off to their lone back. And he breaks a tackle. Big hit by Odom at the 45, but picked up about 7 on the play.
That was like a parallel spin right there. He had a contact with him and just kind of rolled him off his shoulder there. Great work by the receiver on that play. Able to pick up some extra yardage.
Darian Nelson, 5'8", 185 running back. He's a senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and shows some strength for a guy of his stature there. They'll run the pistol here for receiver set. Going to throw a quick strike in overselling his intended receiver. Again, that's the third target where they have gone at it's Darius Ford. They connected twice with him, but that time it was well overthrown. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
One of those trying to get a quick hit play, trying to hurry up and get the first down, but I think he got a little bit excited when he snapped back in the pocket, and sailed him.
So 3rd and a long 3 here. Ford will line up wide left. Alcorn's pressing him on the edge. And Mays in trouble. He throws it at the last second to his running back, Nelson, as he was going down, and somehow, some way, he got rid of it. He was almost in the grass there for a sack, but he still loses a couple.
Well, I don't even know how he got that ball off into the hands of a receiver. I was thinking for maybe an intentional grounding play myself, but he pulls a little bit of a Leroy Patterson right there and able to get the ball across the line and avoid a bad situation. Now they have to punt it away again.
Ralph is back deep at about his own 24. As they get the punt away, nearly blocked.
Again.
Got some better height on this one as it's going to take a good sideways bounce for UAPB and out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So much better starting field position here with 9:49 to play here in the first. UAPB and Central State University homecoming, no score. The goal line to take over at their own 29.
You see a great field position again this time around. Now they can make some calculated risk with the ball. You know, OC has not been shy about letting Lero let his arm go, and so let's see what they do in this situation now that they have some space.
Pistol style formation again here for Patterson. Now you'll see Williams go just to the left, even with Patterson trying to dump it off to him and could not get it to Williams as it falls incomplete. But right now the front four for the Marauders are getting some good penetration into the backfield and forcing Patterson to make some quick decisions.
Yeah, you know, it was a design screen play, but you know, you got to hold him up a little bit. You want to get a little contact, maybe knock him to the ground. That didn't happen that time around, and now 2nd and long.
Snap it here, hand it off, right side. Some hard yards up over the 33-yard line for a nice gain for Williams. Bring up 3rd down at about 6.
And you'll see practice Patrick Rollin making his way to the field for that left side.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 3rd down and 6.
3rd and medium.
As you'll have Williams just to his right. Going to throw it. Looks right. Receiver fell down. That was McNeil and the intended receiver. It's going to fall incomplete. The goal lines are going to have to punt it away again.
Well, I think Lero may have noticed that his man hit the ground, so he kind of just sailed it over the top of everybody. If that was on target, that would have definitely been an interception. The turf monster got him, as my old coach would say. He was trying to make that curl stop type of maneuver. He ended up hitting the ground. And now another punt. Golden Toe. Let's see what he got.
So Golden Toe, it's a nickname that Monty Coleman gave Gillen. And he rips this with strikes again.
Goodness.
And
Oh,
it goes
so close.
just into the end zone, but what a booming kick. That would have been about a 60, maybe 70-yard punt. Wow.
I can't believe Gillen has like a leg sent to him from some other planet, because that guy can really knock that thing out the park. I mean, geez, and it almost stopped at the 1.
Yeah, that was a fantastic effort for Jamie.
Insane. That is insane.
The Marauders will have a touchback and start over the possession at their own 20 here. No score, and we've had 4 total punts so far.
I mean, good defense all around. I won't complain about that.
Hand off Nelson. Little small cut and then stacked up. Not a lot of running room there. A gain of about 2.
You know, when I grew up, I wanted to be a punter, not a defensive lineman.
Gillen's punting the ball. He's got to make a whole punting popular again.
Yeah, punting fan club. I'm part of it. We'll start wearing some golden shoes out up here now. You know.
I love it. The golden toe.
Hashtag golden toe. Eh?
There you go. We learned that from Monty Coleman at the press conference this week, and everybody had a big laugh about it, but a fitting name nevertheless. A little slant caught, first down forward for the Marauders up to the Central State 36. And they love going to forward, does Mays.
This is like 4th target of the day. He's been a real asset for this offense so far. They haven't been really able to do anything with it at this point, but you can tell the more he gets the ball, the more he gets targeted, the better he's becoming in this first quarter. A lot of game left to go, though. Let's see how much they go to him again.
Mays takes the snap, fakes it to Nelson over the middle, got a man wide open, the tight end. Foot race, trying to cut back at the 30 and taken down at the 25-yard line of UAPB, and a big hit there on the play action to the big tight end. A first down for the Marauders.
Looked like the UAPB Golden Lions were in a cover 3, and they didn't have a man watching that middle area. And on the crossing route, that's a very dangerous thing. Great play call by the Marauders.
That was Martell Clark, tied in out of Las Vegas.
Blown assignment there. Now they're set up just outside the red zone.
Fake it to Nelson on the zone read. No, they do give it to him. He's upended in the air by Alcorn. And Nelson with a full somersault. And he appears to be okay, but that was
hard.
A little hard.
Slam there. You usually hit low where you want to be hit, but he was trying to hurdle him at the same time. And it spent about 2-3 seconds in the air before he finally came back to earth and flat on his back. Only keeping him to 1 yard.
Painful yard there. Nelson alone back here. Mays.
Blitz incoming.
Sprints to his right, throws, and Ford, let's see if he picked it off the ground. They're going to give him the catch at the 21, a short gain. Bring up 3rd and about 6 here.
Great effort by that receiver if he did end up scooping it instead of trapping it like, they always ask you. Turn it to short down and now much more manageable, short 3rd and 6. No third downs really being, not many third downs being converted so far, but now they're finally in scoring range. So let's see if they can get at least 3 points out of it or UAPB stops them.
Four receivers set here. Mays on 3rd and 6, throws right on the sideline. Ford hauls it in and appears to be enough for a first down. That was a fantastic catch as he had a defender right on him as he caught it and was able to get a foot in bounds.
Great pitch there, though. That was a great shot thrown at the sidelines right where you want it to be. Just out of range of the defender. The secondary has been playing well. It's just they haven't been able to make plays on the ball when the ball's in their area. You stick on your man, but if your man still makes a catch, you're still not doing what you're supposed to do. A sprint out here. Oh,
yeah, the sprint left with it, handed off to Mays going back right,
and
nothing doing as the Golden Lions are able to sniff it out in the backfield. Couple of players in on the play. One was Tashawn Charity, and the other, I believe, was Jalen Stewart. So no gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
There was a flag down. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I was about to say they They're going to give them 5, maybe offsides. So a 5-yard penalty. And instead of a loss on the play, it's going to be a gain of 5 and redo first down.
That hurts. That hurts if you're the defense now. Your back's against the wall even further because of a line mistake. It didn't seem like anyone jumped off the side per se, but now they're at the 10-yard line, and they're only got 5 to go before they have a new set.
Kind of a sloppy snap. Mays is going to keep it, however, at the 5, and gets down inside the 1-yard line. Going to set up a 1st and goal for the Central State Marauders here.
It's those broken plays that have been the bane of UAPB's existence for the past couple weeks now. I mean, 2 of the touchdowns they've had against them has been from these broken type plays. They need to get their own version of a scramble drill. I don't know what a defensive scramble drill even looks like, but there it is, an opportunity there.
4:27 and counting.
They're knocking on the door.
Trying to go quarterback sneak, stacked up. I think they're going to spot him just shy of the goal line.
Now we need like 3 more of those. Maybe 2 more, actually, now I'm thinking about it. If they keep inching closer, it's just about a matter of time. But hopefully we can get a stop here. Maybe we need penetration from the front 4. That's what they always used to coach me on in high school. When you're on the goal line, you want to get penetration. That's what stops these types of quarterback sneaks.
They're going to stack it up again, maybe sneak it again here. Let's see. Mays, handoff to the fullback, and he's in. Touchdown, Central State. They strike first with 3:37 to play first quarter on their 3rd drive. Both teams have punted twice so far, but on the 3rd drive, Central State puts together a fantastic possession, and they go in and give it to the fullback, throw him a bone, and touchdown, Central State.
Yep, they started at their own 40, and they were able to get some good 3rd down plays, some good sideline throws, and able to work their way downfield. Like I said, nickeling and diming, except for that one big play that they had. I think that was this drive that cut them through. Now kicks up, and it is good.
So with 3:37 to play, first quarter, Central State trying to spoil homecoming for the Golden Lions. Got a lot of game left. 7-0 Central State over UAPB. The kickoff when we come back. You're listening to Golden Lion Football on Hot 89.7 and watching it right here on UAPB-TV. Marauders kick it away, and it's going to go out of bounds, so the Golden Lions going to get pretty good field position here. Let's see
where they on.
Yeah, it seems like there's a flag on every special teams play.
Yeah, I think you jinxed it. I honestly do.
That's the one that we saw, the kick out of bounds, so that's to be expected. And the Golden Lions will take it at the 35. So they've gotten a little bit better field position each drive.
Yeah.
Started at the 7, then the 29, and now this time at the 35. But
they
trailing 7-0.
Yeah, you need to make something out of it.
Little zone read. Kind of choke it to the last second and then hand it off to Williams. Got a couple of yards. Not a whole lot there. Bring up second down and about 8.
Marauders did have a tendency, though, as I looked at the stat sheet this morning. They had a tendency of starting off really strong and then tapering off near the end. We're more of a late game type team. Oh, go and they
right
drop
through
it.
the hands of Hawkins, and he had him open in the left boundary here, but got to make that grab. Bring up third down and 8.
Big time mistakes early in games. Hawkins had the ball in his hands. It just went through. And now we're in a 3rd and 9 situation, and we need the first down right here, right now.
They will empty out the backfield here on 3rd and long.
Keyshawn
Williams, now he's going to come out of one of the receiver spots into the backfield. They bring a blitz, and they're going to get Patterson for a loss and a sack back at the 29-yard line. A loss of 7 on the sack, and the Golden Lions are going to have to punt it away for the 3rd time.
Paris Mack was open across the middle there, but he had no chance to get it to him as the blitz coming off the left edge. just so fast. You know, those just outmanned the offensive line, and it ended up getting a big loss. Now they have to punt it away again, and this is a bad pattern to be in.
Well, old Gold Toe's going to get a chance to boom another one here, and he does just that. Beautiful spiraling kick, going to be taken, fair catch at the 21-yard line, and
yeah,
that's where the Marauders will take over. So far, 2:28 to play first quarter. TyRece 7-0 Central State, and they forced UAPB to 3 and outs.
Man, 3 and outs against a team that should not be doing this to D1 Division I school. Their defense have proven to be stout, but it's a matter of offensive mistakes. You know, that drop on second down, that was huge. Now that would have turned from 3rd and 9 to like a 3rd and maybe medium, like I always say, 4 or something like that. Here we go.
Gonna throw again on first down. They dump it off to Nelson out of the backfield, and he's hit hard at the 20. Basically, maybe lost a half yard on the play.
Good start by the defense. Now they have to make a statement, say that the first touchdown was just a mistake on our end. If we play good football, you're not going to be able to move it down the field. At least that's what I think they're saying. You know, a lot of bodies out there. Collective voices, as you will.
Give him a loss of a yard. Second down and 11. Mays in trouble from behind, hit as he throws it in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Pretty good coverage and great pursuit that time by Arias Hoffman. Sophomore out of Rome, Georgia, was coming off the corner that time, putting some heat on Mays.
Tyrone Jones was the target for that one. You got to make that catch if you're on a pitch type route, but he was actually swarmed as soon as he made contact with the ball. Great defense there by the defensive back. And again, good job by the front seven chasing the quarterback outside the pocket.
That's going to stop the clock at 1:46 here in the first. 7-0 Central State with the lead and the football. They'll have a 3rd down and 11 here at their own 20. Mays sprints left. Semi-fake there on the handoff. Going to throw it. Got a man complete and a first down at the 36-yard line. And making it look easy right now, and they're getting out of the pocket, throwing on the run, and that's finding some space.
You know, that's been the problem they've had for the past couple of weeks. You know, Mississippi Valley State has had the scramble drill on lock. That's where most of their touchdowns have come from. And in this situation, they ran a bench concept, one out route and one a post route over them at the sideline, and they threw it right in the between two defenders right there.
That was Levon Meeks, TyRece on the catch. He's their backup quarterback and one of their main receivers. Going to sprint out of the pocket again to the right. May's going to go deep up top looking for Ford. A 50-50 ball. It's picked off, but was he in bounds? They're going to say he was not in bounds. Fantastic coverage there by Sean Still, freshman out of Arlington, Texas.
Coleman is not happy about that call.
It was right on the sideline and could have went either way with it. Not a very well thrown ball. No. It was off his back foot on the run and gave the defensive back Still a chance to make a play, and he did just that, but ran out of real estate.
I'm going to make a psychic reading here. I feel like in the film room with the quarterbacks, I said, don't worry about if they take you out the pocket, they can't cover. Well, that right there was an example of the opposite. So let's see how they respond to that.
Got a man in motion here. They fake it to him. Almost picked off again. Alcorn. He saw Ford
on a
little baby slant there, and Alcorn, and we mentioned it, pound for pound, toughest competitor on the team, and he showed it right there.
Exactly. You don't want to test Alcorn. I don't know why all these teams want to go after him just because of his size. You know, slant route, normally you have a big body receiver, shields the defender away from the ball, but Alcorn, so powerful in the legs, smashes him as soon as he makes contact, and now 3rd and long.
Got to go out of the eye this time on 3rd and 10, converted on 3rd and 11 a moment ago. Again, they will sprint, hand it off. Nelson's just eaten alive in the backfield. And the first man to take him down was Nicholas Stroud, and then a host of Lions were there to eat him up.
You know, I don't even know what that play was called. It was a sprint out, and then he kind of just gave it to the running back. I don't even know if he was meant to have the ball, but either way, great play by the defensive front, able to, as you said, eat him alive. A pride of Lions right there, as Jason would say. Either way, great job by the defense. And now, 4th and long, they got to put it away.
So this is the Marauders' 3rd punt. The Golden Lions have punted on all of their possessions. Again, almost blocked.
Got to make one of those plays.
And Ralph fumbles the punt. And let's see. A couple of Marauders are there, and they do recover.
That is not what you want if you're the Lions. They've already had some problems on offense. Maybe this time around they could have gotten some momentum. They had better field position upcoming. You know, he caught it around the 40-yard line, but you can't drop the punt, man. You got to hold on to it. And, you know, sometimes you can't help it. You know, the guy who's almost blocking the punt every single time has to sell out for it next time around, because you don't want this type of thing to happen. Now their offense has momentum off of the messed up play.
That was Javion Williams recovered the Ralph fumbled punt at the Golden Lion 42-yard line, and the Marauders in business here. Going to go over the middle again. He was looking for his tight end, but a little too much on that one.
Up the seam, got excited, fired it. If you took a little bit off that probably would have been a touchdown again for the Marauders. Defense is on their heels again. They just got off the field, and when you just got off the field, you relax a little bit, and now you have to hype yourself back up because your special teams don't kind of let you down in this situation. Now, 2nd down, can they get another 3 and out? They're outside of field goal range right now.
Trying to go to the big tight end Clark again, who had a
great
big pass play earlier that led to their touchdown. They're going to bring up 2nd and 10 here. Throwing left and then almost picked again. That time it was Alcorn and hit him right in the breadbasket and just couldn't hold on to it. That's about the 3rd time already in the 1st quarter it was a near interception.
Why are they going to the left side at all at this point? That's 3 times it was almost picked when they threw it that direction. And then, you know, Alcorn almost came up with it this time around. Most of their receivers have gotten smashed over there. I think it's dangerous to even try it at this point. But Alcorn, what a competitor. Just, you know, reading the route, getting in front of the ball, and now as we approach the end of the 1st quarter.
This will be the last play of the 1st quarter coming up right here.
And now.
And let's see, we got a timeout called by Central State.
A little bit of confusion out there by the offense.
Alcorn had an interception and a return of about 50 yards last week that led to a touchdown, and he's at it again, but a couple of times already today he almost got a pick. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he probably gets one at some point in the game.
Yeah, you know what, I wouldn't take you on that bet because I'll tell you what, you probably will. The way the quarterback's slinging it around is a little bit wild there, a little bit loose with the football. A couple of times we've kind of bailed him out by missing out on obvious pick six opportunities. This time around, maybe the 3rd and long on their own 42 or on your opponent's 42. Jesus, but you wonder if they're going to go for the 1st down because they've been very successful on these 3rd and longs so far. It's going to be interesting to see what they go for here. I think they're going to go for the 1st down. They've had some success on it as well. Now they got the nickel out there. I see.
Last play of the quarter coming up here, 3rd down and 10. Mays sprints to his left this time in trouble, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 43 of UAPB. Yeah. And coming in on the stop, I believe that's Charity.
Yeah, that works. That works. You know, they want that sprint out.
Hard to see his number there. It's kind of tucked up in his pads. I believe that's Tashard Charity on the sack, and want to make sure I give the right man credit, especially for a sack. It's hard to tell if it's 56 or 58. It's either Stewart or Charity. Well, sometimes it's hard to see their numbers. They get bunched up a little bit, but nevertheless, that's the end of the 1st quarter. And we'll just keep it here as they're going to resume play rather quickly.
Well, they wanted that boot play again, that play action boot, and it was a out route, shallow out route, and they wanted the corner, and before he can get outside the pocket, there was a swarm of Lions blocking out his path. That was great defense there. Good call by the defensive coach, coordinator. It was his first year as DC. He's doing quite well so far. You know, all the design plays have not worked well for the offensives that they've gone against, especially at home here with the ones I've called. But they've done well so far. Now they have to punt it away at the start of the second quarter.
As we start quarter number 2, 7-0 Central State leading UAPB. And the Golden Lions will have 2 men back deep. One is Ralph, Tyron Ralph, who fumbled the last punt. Back there to join him is Paris Mack. The Marauders will punt it away at about their own 35 here.
Oh,
and
there we go.
This one is blocked. It is blocked and taken out of the air at the 44-yard line.
Great job there.
Not sure who got the block, and there is no 89 on our roster they have given us, so there's some number changes that we were not informed of, so I can't give exact credit.
I want to give him credit. I want to give him credit.
A beautiful block, and they got close on a couple already, and that time they get to him.
I mean, you know, I would think that Central would have anticipated this type of situation, maybe made some personnel switches on their punt squad. Like, why is that guy keep getting through every single time? Now, good field position.
So the Golden Lions at the Marauder 44 after the block punt. Going to throw it here on first down, caught by Ralph. Fights for some tough yards up to the 36-yard line, but they're going to say his knee is down at the 39, and also a flag down on the play.
Oh, boy. I'm not a fan of flags, man. It's been happening a lot more than I'd like.
Looks like an
eligible receiver downfield
eligible
again.
receiver, and that's going to cost the Golden Lions. They'll have to replay first down.
Is that 5 or 10? I think that's a 5, isn't it? Yeah, it's 5. Yep, bad play there, but turned a reasonable gain into a 5-yard loss, and they got to reset and reform and re-strategize whatever they're going to do for this first-time play. You normally have a schedule, and that's going to make it harder to keep it on.
Williams now late getting into the backfield from the receiver spot. Patterson going to throw it here on first down. They set it up perfectly to the big tight end, rumbling his way up to the 39.
Yep, that'll get it back. Yep, big tight end right there. Did a great job of making that catch, fighting his way to the outside. A lot of size on him, man. He's a huge dude, and he he did a great job of getting that extra yardage when he needed to.
He's going to empty the backfield out here. Second down and 5. Patterson set to take the snap. Now he's going to look over to the sideline, and they're going to move Ralph into the backfield as the Marauders are showing blitz.
Really stacking the box there.
They come off the edge, dump it to Ralph out of the backfield. 40, 35, got something here. 25, 20.
Oh, my.
Hard running inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal for the Golden Lions. Tyron Ralph making it happen.
You talk about leave him speed. There it was on display. The blitz was pitch field. What pitch field means is the defensive end, if he doesn't have a man, you see as a guy come across his face, he got to leave for him. And he did, but he just did not have the speed to catch up with Tyron Ralph. And he was able to make it to the corner and get an extra couple yards, an extra bunch of yards there.
First down and goal. They will give it to Williams out of the I, the 5. Hard running up to about the 2. Gain of 8 on the first down carry, and it'll be second down and goal from the 2.
Knocking on the door now. Big time run by Keyshawn Williams, able to get forward. And forward momentum is better than no momentum at all. And we're on the 2, knocking on the door again.
12:50 and counting here, second quarter. Central State University leading UAPB here at homecoming, 7-0. Golden Lions 2 yards away from tying it up. Go with a power formation here.
Box is stacked as you would expect in response.
Patterson going to hand it off. Williams, little jump cut, touchdown. Yes, sir. Keyshawn Williams, 2 yards out, an extra point away from tying it up.
Great job there by Keyshawn Williams. They expected the quarterback sneak. They had the defensive line cut the offensive line to keep from making forward progress. Our OC expected this, handed off to Keyshawn. Keyshawn breaks it to the outside, cuts back in for the easy score. great job there all around by the offensive group, able to make their way down the field off the short kickoff, set up by the punt block.
So special teams hurt them fumbling a punt last possession, but this time they get a block punt, and the Golden Lions 44 yards later, and Keyshawn Williams touchdown. We are tied at 7, 12:27 to play. Second quarter kickoff coming up right after this timeout. Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium. Tim Stubbs, TyRece, Boone here this afternoon. Homecoming, happy homecoming. A little bit happier now. The Golden Lions have tied it up 7-7 with Central State University. Short kickoff here by Gillen. It's going to be taken by Nelson at the 15. Got something here on the edge. And up over the 30 and taken down at about the 33.
Oh no, here comes another flag. Came after the play. It came really late there on the opposite side before the play ended. Let's see what happened there.
A sideline warning on UAPB.
Yeah, you know, I've been on the sideline before. I understand the thought process of being close to the action. It's an instinctual type of thing, especially if you play football. But you gotta be behind that little white outline there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, or else referees get hurt, like the one that happened here. The referee didn't get hurt, but he got knocked down in the play because he was sandwiched.
Tied at 7, 12:20 to go, second quarter, and the Marauders set to take over, 1st and 10 at their own 33. A little delay here before the snap. They spot the ball back about the length of a football, maybe, if that.
Here we go.
Mays set for the snap. He'll take it. Looks left, now back right. Going to go deep down the middle and caught for a first down at the Golden Lion 30.
Inches, fingertips. Fingertips was just an inch away from that deep play. He was just a little bit too far on the inside leverage. And then the quarterback made an excellent throw there deep down the middle up the seam. And he got a great chunk of yardage. Now they're already in striking distance.
That was Renan Lorenzo, 5'9", receiver out of Trotwood, Ohio. Nelson trying to spin away from one man. He's able to do so. Now he's got something. 25-20. Hard running for Nelson inside the 15. A first down to the 13.
What's in the Gatorade on the sideline of Central? This is the better offense than we've seen all first quarter so far. And now they're right in the red zone now with the fresh set of downs, and UAPB just looks kind of stunned after the first big play.
They had him wrapped up in the backfield. Caleb McDonald had him, but a nice spin move and hard running there for Nelson as he shakes free for the first down. Now Central State driving. Going to throw it, caught, touchdown. Clark, the tight end, scores for the Marauders. And that did not take long. 3 plays, and Central State has regained the lead.
That was some offense. I'll tell you that much right there. Pretty much perfect accuracy by the quarterback all the way down the field. There's nothing else to say other than wow. That was either great offense or just poor defense right there. Probably more offense than anything else.
Extra point coming up here for Central State. Trevor Till is their kicker. As he awaits the snap. And that did not take long. Till's extra point is no good.
Okay.
That could loom large later in the game. We'll step aside here. 11-17 remaining. Second quarter, Central State 13, UAPB 7. The Golden Lions to receive the kickoff. Right back in a moment. Short kickoff's going to be taken at about the 30-yard line. Getting up to about the 36-yard line was Colby Watts.
About where they would have ended if they just let that one go out of bounds, which it was probably bound to do, as it was like a place kick, kind of like a rugby type kick. You know, they want to kick it high into the side there, but I don't know what they were thinking there. The kicker just kind of shanked it, I believe.
Good field position, TyRece, for the Golden Lions. Started their own 36.
You know how much I love the field position battle. Subtleties of football, man. It's beautiful.
Well, it only took Central State about 3 plays to regain the lead. They're up 13-7 after they missed the PAT. The Golden Lions down 6 will start here at their own 36. Get it to Ralph again in space. Gets up to about the 46 and appears to be enough for a first down.
If not, very close there, Ralph. The guy you want to get in space, he has a lot of speed on him. They've been trying to utilize it as much as possible, sending him to the wide side of the field on about every play.
11 minutes and counting here, second quarter. And handoff, and Williams is rocked in the backfield, going to lose a couple.
I think I might have fumbled on the play as well.
He was hit right as he took the football. Big Christian Lassiter, a defensive lineman out of Cleveland, Ohio, with a big-time hit.
Big-time penetration there by that man, as he was able to get by, you know, I guess the offensive lineman leaned forward too much, and he was able to swim move over him and get the play.
Second down and 12, play action. Patterson steps up in the pocket.
Beautiful.
Going to become a runner here, looks for a block on the edge, and he loses the football. No. It's stripped. And a battle for it at the 28-yard line, and
yeah, they got it.
And let's see, the Marauders have it at the Golden Lion 28, and a huge turnover there as Patterson was maybe trying to do a little too much, looking for an extra block on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to Michael Vick it up, and it just was not happening here. You see Coach giving him an earful on the sideline. Man, it's just like you got a couple of yards, you got to cross the line, you want to slide down, you have to make it to the next play. In that case, they didn't, and now another bad situation for this defense to be in. You're 6 points down. You had a chance to take the lead if you got a touchdown and maybe made it to the next play. You had momentum on your side, and now that's all gone now.
So the Marauders set up with a golden opportunity here. They will actually spot the football at the UAPB 22, and it wasn't just a fumble. It was stripped, knocked backwards about 25 yards or so, it seemed like.
Yeah, they were at the 40 and not the
ball shot out of there like a cannon.
Jeez, sure did.
So here's Mays again. Pump fake. He'll keep it himself. 10-5 Mays. End zone, touchdown, Central State University, and
that's not good.
They have 2 touchdowns in the last 4 plays.
Oh boy. Oh no, this could be a hard one. The winless Central State Marauders not playing like they're winless right now. They're playing like they're in the middle of a 3-game winning streak there. A lot of great offense being shown, just not on the right side of the ball, in my opinion.
Trent Mays, junior, Steubenville, Ohio, and he's got them with his arm on the last couple, and then that time a little pump fake. They bid on it, and he shows he can run it too.
Yeah, nothing worse than a dual threat. Got it that time, though.
So we'll take another quick timeout here. 10:06 to go, second quarter. 19-7. Let's see, 20-7 now the score. Central State leading UAPB at homecoming. 10:06 to go, second quarter. Kickoff right after this. Kickoff's going to be taken by Mack at the 5. Over the 15, 20. Mack got something here. 40, cuts it outside. A little high step to the 50. Mack slows down, cut back and undertaken from behind at the Marauders' 37-yard line, and Paris Mack with a huge return.
That was the most necessary and the most needed thing I've ever seen in my life. When you need a spark plug, yeah, Mack is that guy. You know, that was Ralph who actually fumbled it, but Mack has a lot of speed on him and a lot of agility. They're able to slow down and maybe cut inside. If that guy wasn't coming in on the chase, he might have been able to get a lot more.
Paris Mack, right here out of Pine Bluff. He's a senior, playing in his final homecoming game here at UAPB. First down at 37, handoff. Now they got something right side, cut back. Keyshawn Williams, hard yards to the 29, gain of 8.
One of the best things I've seen. Keyshawn Williams stopped in his tracks, put his hand on the top of the dude's helmet, of the Marauder helmet, and just slung him to the side, able to go make himself a couple extra yards there. You know, a lot of strength from that guy, man.
Sun pops out here, second down and 2. Hand off Williams, going to be about a yard shy of the first as he picked up 1, bring up 3rd and short.
Just get the first down. Don't make any sudden moves, man. Just be patient. That's what we need to do. Plenty of time left, and they're not even that far ahead. They just need to be patient in their play calling and see how they do.
3rd and short. Patterson's going to throw it at the last second to Ralph, and Ralph with the catch, taken down at the 11, 1st and 10. From the 11, and he was close there to passing line of scrimmage as he threw it right at the last second.
You see, I like to call that a double play action there, because he faked the handoff and then tucked it all the way. He didn't like run it with the ball out in front. Tucked it all the way, untucked it, and then made the throw. Excellent work there by Leo Patterson. I wonder if that was technique or they learned it by himself.
Definitely looked like he was going to run the ball and threw it at the 11th hour. Going to go up top, fade, back of the end zone, some contact, and there's the flag.
Beautiful, beautiful flag there. Great job by the referee noticing the contact. He pushed him all the way, full extension as he went up for the ball. That's a no-no, and now they're going to be at the goal line, it looks like.
That was Robert Sims III, the big, tall receiver for the goal line, 6'6". Tried to go up top there. Good idea.
Yeah. When you have a 6'6" receiver, yeah, that's what you want to do.
Seemed like the official closest to it didn't throw the flag, but the back judge did. Nevertheless, it's 1st and goal for the Golden Lions here at the 2.
Kind of threw it with anger, like, you didn't see that? Yeah, so he threw it.
Exactly. Williams the lone back. Patterson going to hand it off. No, fakes it. Rolls out. He can throw it or run it. He's going to run it, and he's going to score it, I believe. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Earl Patterson. And the Golden Lions pull a little bit closer here with 8:23 to play, second quarter. Going to make it 20-13 with the extra point coming up.
I'm not even worried about the extra point because the Golden Toe, he's got it. The thing is, though, the defense needs to step up. The offense is really doing their job right now, and Monty Coleman made it a point to say that they wanted to keep all opponents, not just this one, under 17 points. They failed in that one, but they need to keep them from making any more sudden strides here. The big plays have been killing them.
Extra point here for Gillen.
Flag's down.
He knocks it through, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see if it's on the Marauders. They may tack it on the kickoff or just decline it. And it is going to be offsides on Central State. They'll decline it. We will head to a timeout here. 8:23 to play, second quarter. Central State University 20, UAPB 14. You're listening to Golden Lion Football on Hot 89.7 and watching it right here on UAPB-TV. Kickoff when we return. Could have a high-scoring game. Kickoff's going to be taken by Saffold at the 5. And stacked up as he got over the 15, and they're going to give him just north of the 20.
Yeah, interesting right there. The blocker did a really good job. Ended up knocking him into his own returner and stopping forward progress there. Now, I mentioned before, the defense has to step up and get a stop this play. This has the makings of a high-scoring game, and in those situations, the defense is even more important, because if you need even one stop, one single solitary stop can change the entire tide of the game.
That fumble by Patterson looms large, and you look at it, 2 turnovers. A fumbled punt and then a strip of Patterson, both leading to scores. Central State taking advantage of both of them, and they lead 20-14 as Mays rolls to his right here. He's going to keep it and made a man miss, and finally taken down, a gain of just about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Ran for about 20 yards just to get it.
A.C. Gillian, linebacker, redshirt freshman out of Shreveport, on the stop.
A couple of helmets off on the play.
Stops the clock at 7:59 here for a moment. Now it's rolling. Not sure why it stopped, but
I believe the helmet's off on the play. It made him come up.
If
I'm
so,
not sure.
then he'll have to sit out a play. And they may have called a timeout here. 7:49 to go. A timeout called by the Marauders. We'll keep it here.
All right. Yeah, well, defense did a great job the first play, able to hold them to about 3 to 4 yards. You normally, if you're an offense, you want to have 4 yards the first play. Makes the next 2 a little bit more manageable. Kept them at 3. So defense has to get a stop here. I cannot reiterate this enough. Defense have been, struggling the past couple of games with the broken play type stuff. I wonder if they went into practice and worked on the scramble drill, maybe throw some extra nuggets in there for the players to have in their minds as that scramble play is going on. But either way, now the defense is back out there. They look focused, they look ready. UAPB is not a team to lie down for anyone. Even if they're losing, they do seem to come back hard at the end of the game. So we'll see. We have a fast starting team. We also have a hard finishing team. So
the Paris Mack return a moment ago came in a big point for the Golden Lions. They were down 20-7. Huge return, makes it basically cuts the field in half on the drive, and Golden Lions able to operate and score a touchdown, capped off by a Patterson touchdown run on the quarterback keeper. This time on the handoff, going nowhere, and a big time hit in the backfield. John Tavis Testa with a huge hit, and they're going to actually give him a gain of about 1.5 yards. Or let's see, basically no gain on the play, but Testa with the big time hit.
Yeah, Testa got the big hit there. He was held up by a couple of other players, though. He was trying to shake and bake his way through, and Testa was like, "Nuh-uh, son!" Full body contact, got hugged down to the ground, and that was a pretty violent hug, actually.
3rd down and about 9 here. Mays gonna throw it. And short hops forward, his intended receiver, incomplete, and just what the doctor ordered, a 3 and out.
What'd I say? Defense. That's been the main ingredient that they've been missing for the past couple of weeks there. Started off strong there, but, they've been, what's the word I'm looking for, Coach? It's the they started out strong, but they would flounder at some points, and those would be critical points in the game. So great job by this defense refocusing and re-firing. Jeez. Here we go.
Low line drive kick, but a good one. Ralph's going to erase it down all the way back at his own 13. Cuts it upfield towards the right sideline and stacked up at about the 22. A great punt there by Isaiah Smith for Central State.
Good decision there to chase it back. He was able to get it back past the 20. But, you know, normally you want to stay away from those type of plays, but he saw that there was plenty of space. You know, the special teams on the Marauders side was not as fast as the ball was getting to him, so he felt it safe to pick it up and move it forward. Now we have pretty normal field position this time around. Let's see how we handle this. 6:48 on the clock. 14-20 is the score. We're going to keep it here as Leo Patterson and Keyshawn Williams in the backfield. Leo gets the ball.
Gonna hand off.
There it is. Hands it off. Up the middle. Going to get a lot of couples as he gets to first down, 11-yard gain.
Keyshawn Williams and had that big game last week, and still some couple of nice runs here today, but you're just kind of waiting on him to hit the
nitrox.
The big home run ball as he can do, and you never know. He has got a big burst of speed. Looks very healthy.
Yeah, you know, you can one cut it. He can shake and bake and leave him.
And they're going to pitch it here. The old flea flicker going downfield. Got a man.
Oh,
Max
yes.
got it at the 20. 15,
yes.
10, 5 to the crib. Paris Mack with the long touchdown.
Right.
66 yards on the flea flicker.
The flea flicker. This is some backyard football type stuff, and they pulled it out right here.
Old school.
Old school. The handoff. Pitch back. Got a man. Fired. Good. Oh, my God. Paris Mack that was a great pass by Leo Patterson, though. Probably like 40 yards before he made the catch. Great arm on the man. It's been the accuracy that we've been worrying about, and he showed signs of it, flashes of it right there.
66 yards. They hand it off to Williams. He pitches it back to Patterson, and bang, zoom, touchdown, Golden Lions. And just like that, we'll step aside here.
I can't get over the flea flicker, man.
6:09 to play, and we've had a lot of fireworks here. 6:09 to go, second quarter. 21-20, the Golden Lions back on top by 1. Back in a moment. .609 to play here in the second quarter. Tim Stubbs, TyRece Boone, and 21-20, and we've seen a little bit of everything in this first half.
We've seen broken plays. We've seen scrambled touchdowns. We've seen passes. We've seen long runs. We've seen, special teams. Everything's going. Oh, look at this.
Line drive, squib kick, going to be taken by Saffold at the 12. And goes nowhere up to about we're going to give him forward progress at about the 18, maybe 19, but.
How do you go into behind the 20 on a squib kick? Golden toe. And the toe from the gods. There's toe from the gods, man. I swear. They have legends. They've spoken legends about this man's foot, and he's showing it. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Or something, man.
6:03 to go before halftime. The Golden Lions picking themselves up off the deck. They were down by 13, and that missed extra point is the difference in the game. 21-20 UAPB back on top by 1 after the old school flea flicker from Patterson to Mack, 66-yard touchdown to regain the lead. Handoff, and you had a lot of running room right up the middle that time, a gain of about 9.
Yeah, cut back lane on that left side of the line of scrimmage. Able to find the hole and explode through for a big chunk of yards now that the playbook's wide open.
5:40 and counting. The M4 will have a big show in store at halftime. This
huge show. It's going to be great.
Large crowd here today. Always a big crowd here for homecoming.
I mean, not a single empty space in the stands right now.
Still good number out tailgating, just enjoying the festivities and missing a good game here inside the stadium. And nice tackle there on the edge. First man to come in there and make the play was Tashad Charity. And then also Londell Sanders comes in on the stop and Going to make it second, let's see, third down and about 4 coming up here, maybe 5.
Well, 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 5. Yeah, I'll take that every day of the week. He was cut off from the point of attack, and so he tried to cut it back. Again, doing too much. You're doing too much when you have to go backwards to make a play. If you don't have the speed for it, and you need to know yourself to know that. If you don't have the speed for it, you gotta just take what you can get.
Here on 3rd down, going to throw it, caught, and appears to be enough for the 1st down. A nice route there. That's the backup quarterback / receiver, Levon Meeks, who ran a perfect route, caught it right on the sideline, and got just enough for a 1st.
Yeah, again, they go back to that bench concept, out plus the corner, and they went to the out route there, short yard situation. That's what you want to go for, and that's right underneath that cornerback who was sitting back for him. Now they got a fresh set of downs at their own 30.
Central State, 1st and 10. Here at their own 30. Nelson, lone back. They'll fake it to him. Mays going to go up top with it, looking for Meeks. Drops it in there perfectly for a 1st down, just over the extended reach of Alcorn at the Golden Lion 48-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great pass there by the quarterback, right in between the nickel linebacker, or wait, that was a cornerback, right between the cornerback and the safety over the top, double coverage, and he was still able to drop it in there. It looked like it was the only receiver out there to be thrown to, and he made himself available for it. Great route, great pass.
They'll fake it again to Nelson over the middle and almost intercepted, and he threw it right past Sean Still, the safety on the play, and they love the little play action, quick strike over the middle, but that time Mays is very fortunate.
Yeah, he's been fortunate all day long. He's had a couple of plays where the ball could have been picked off and taken back for a sizable interception return, but it just hasn't worked out for us so far. He had one interception around the 45-yard line where that could have been the case, but just not working out for us.
Stops the clock at 3:30 to play before halftime. 2nd down and 10 from the Golden Lion 44-yard line. Mays is in trouble. Tashad Charity's there to eat him up for a huge loss on the sack.
Tashad Charity has been absolutely everywhere when it comes to plays in the backfield. He's been getting a lot of penetration so far, and it might be the case where it might be early to say such a thing, but the reason they've been breaking down late in games, Marauders been talking about, is because their offensive line has just gotten tired on them. They've been high octane so far, and when you're burned twice as hot, you'll go out twice as fast. I think that's how the saying goes. Either way.
Well, 3rd down and 17 here for the Marauders, back at their own 49 now. Mays trying to set up a screen. It's sniffed out and incomplete.
Oof.
And just nothing there. It was well defended by the Golden Lions. That's going to force Central State to kick here.
Great play by UAPB. Started slow in the game overall, but now that you see him picking it up, getting pressure on the quarterback, especially on the screen play, it's a lot harder to get to the quarterback because the quarterback is already in that huge back pedal, I need to get out of here and get this ball out mindset. They weren't able to set up the screen in time, and the quarterback was harassed and harried. That's what it's called, at least.
Back and Ralph back deep for the Golden Lions. Smith's kick is a pretty good one. That should go in the end zone. It will go in and out of the back of the end zone. So
almost took out a trumpet player for the M4.
The M4 getting set for the halftime performance. 2:33 left here, 2nd quarter. It's 21-20. Golden Lions dusting off a 13-point deficit to regain the lead, and got 2:33 to go and 3 timeouts, and like to score again here before halftime.
Love to be up by 8 to force them into a situation where they have to go for 2. When you miss an extra point, that always hurts, especially in close games like this. And now extended 2-minute drill for Leo Patterson. Let's see how he responds. Leo Patterson, he's on the roster as a junior, but I heard from coach he was a freshman. I might have to ask somebody about that at halftime.
Gonna dump it off, and they got Williams set up here on the screen. 30. Keyshawn cuts it up. Look out. Foot race. Midfield, 40. 30. All the way to the 20-yard line and down out of bounds at about the right at the 20, and a huge gain on the screen play to Keyshawn Williams.
You could almost forget about it. When Keyshawn Williams has space like that, he's able to get the edge. It's almost gonzo Keyshawn. And right there, he almost took it all the way to the crib. And that's going to be stopped. The
timeout, Central State, as they were on their heels a little bit. 2:12 to play, second quarter. And after the huge gainer on the screen pass to Keyshawn Williams, always dangerous, especially in open field, and he has a right sense of weaving through traffic and then knowing when to cut it outside.
Yeah, I think you call that spider sense. Yeah, he knows when anyone's coming from the peripheral vision, and he's able to get out the way. And if there's someone behind him, he knows when to turn on the jets and just leave him. Got that leaving speed like you were talking about earlier. Yeah, he's a really great running back, especially as a passing option in space.
They spotted at the Marauder 21-yard line. That's where the goal lines will have a 1st and 10 here with 2:12 to play before halftime. Still have 3 timeouts left, so run your normal offense if you want to run the ball, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. You see, running the ball in this situation is probably preferable because you want to have, ideally, the last possession of the game. They're so close right now that the Marauders may end up having the ball before the half actually ends. But fact of the matter is that now they're in a really great position to do what they want, way inside Jamie's toe range so far.
The golden toe range.
The golden toe range is 55 and in.
And we are set, ready to go here. Hand it off. It's going to be Williams. Little cut up to about the 17. Picked up about 3 on the play.
Somebody get that man a glass of water. I think he's still tired from that long one he did, as the cut wasn't as crisp as we were used to seeing. But either way, great early run to get the clock moving yet again.
2nd down and 7. They'll snap it here from the 17. They'll give it to him again. Breaks a tackle. 1st down up to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Kind of watered off the Ducks' back, that tackle right there. Got underneath and just zoop, rolled it off him, and was able to get an extra 7 yards out the play where it should have been a no-gainer.
5'10", 192 pounds, and he runs hard. And we were talking about that in the press conference last week, and credits Keyshawn's time he puts in the weight room.
Yeah, weight room. That's where you got to be if you want to be a player in this level.
Patterson going to Sims on the fade. He's got it. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Golden Lions. Patterson to Sims, and the Golden Lions now lead it 27-20 with the extra point coming up, and that's how you respond.
Exactly. Kind of resembling the Phoenix. You start off slow, you're burnt up, and then you rise from the ashes. Great presentation there by Tim Stubbs. But either way, though, they've gotten from 13 points down all the way back to 8 points up, pending this field goal. By field goal, I mean extra point.
The extra point coming up for Gold Toe is good. Gillen, we're going to have fun with that all year.
Oh, yeah.
1:15 to play. We'll step aside here. UAPB rolling 3 straight touchdowns. Golden Lions 28, Central State University 20. Kickoff coming up right after this. .17 here at UAPB.
Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming. It's happy now. It was 20-7 Central State, and it was not feeling so good around here. It was a squib kick for Central State, but the Golden Lions lead at 28-20 now. Big fullback's going to take it, run over about 5 guys, and bowling ball full of butcher knives coming at you right there.
Mike Allstott, boom, boom, boom. Boy, you sure
Wow.
did to channel him there. Ran over about 3 Lions before getting to about the 50. Wondering what the plan is with these squib kits. This is the second time they've done it this half.
Well,
trying to prevent a long return, but they haven't
that
shown
was
the
36,
capacity.
right?
36, yes.
Yeah, they got him listed as a wide receiver on the roster, so he's not a receiver.
That is not a receiver.
Fullback,
Oh.
maybe linebacker, but nevertheless, good field position. Just keep in mind, it's still 1:06 to go, and they got it at the Marauder 46, and they're going to hand it off here, get about 4 yards up to the Golden Lion 49, so you can't really let your guard down.
No, you can't. Interesting thing I've spotted from the defense of UAPB, they started to time up that snap. He has a little bit of a cadence to it, and see if they can time it up for a blitz opportunity.
And he's going to be hit as he throws it. Got a couple of Gold Lions coming in there on the edge there, incomplete.
From either side, the jaws of, well, I guess not life, death at this point, coming in, and they were threatening super hard. And you got the ball away just in time. 3rd down and medium, long. I believe that's 6.
It's definitely in the medium territory.
Medium.
Call it 3rd and about 6 here. 40 seconds left. No timeouts for Central State. They have it here at the Golden Lion 49. They're going to run it. Saffold stacked up, and he's going to lose a half yard. And the Golden Lions may call a timeout here. Still have all 3 left, as the Marauders are going to have to punt it to them. And right now, the Golden Lions offense, they're hot.
On fire, absolutely. It's it's what you want to. It depends on what you want to do as a coach. You get the ball back the second half. I believe they did kick it off to him. Am I correct? I believe so. And so they do get the ball back, so you don't have to be risky. However, you're free to do what you can to make things happen. Especially if they get decent field position, a good punt return would do wonders for this offense. It's just a matter of what you want to do as a coach. Do you want to go into the second half? Do you have confidence in your offense to come back from the momentum killing halftime? You sit down, you get a drink, and you might have to the
homecoming halftime.
Yeah,
There'll be
exactly.
about a 20-minute break.
Oh boy, yeah, that's going to be a long one. So it's a matter of staying warm. So do you want to still strike while
the second quarter to end? It's been so
it's so
lucrative
great
for UAPB.
Yeah, you come back from a 13-point deficit. And how many points in the score? Is that 3 touchdowns in this quarter? That's crazy.
3 in a row after the fumble by Patterson. And you remember Central State scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of 4 plays.
Don't forget, they've been having a habit of getting blocks.
Able to get this one off. Smith's kick's going to be called. Fair catch by Ralph at about the 8. So the Golden Lions will have to go 92 yards in 28 seconds.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try it.
Maybe see another screen to Williams here.
That should work. That's a safe, what's it called? High value play right there. And
low risk, high reward.
Exactly. Especially when you have someone as dynamic as the boy Keyshawn Williams. Keyshawn Williams that's a grown man. That's a grown man.
Grown man.
Running the ball.
Full grown man.
Full grown man running the ball, and he'll run over you, through you, or around you. He has so many options.
They're just going to go ahead and scrap it and take a knee here, and nothing wrong with that. As you mentioned, we'll get the ball to start the second half with the Golden Lions. So we will send it to halftime here at homecoming. The Golden Lions, slow start, got down 20-7 to Central State, but 3 straight scoring drives by UAPB to regain the lead 28-20 as we go to halftime. We'll have the M4 for our TV viewers, back to the studio on Hot 89.7 for our radio listeners. Second half coming up for you shortly.
UAPB Homecoming 2017, make some noise! the swag. The machine is now fueled and ready. Drum majors flick the switch. Marching band fans far and wide, do me a favor and let me hear you roar. Oh, the mesmerizing, magnificent, marching musical machine of the Mid-South. The Golden Lion Archie Track. Well, now I talk to the powerful sound. All right, y'all. It's over with 2017. Whether you're visiting from near or far, get on your feet. Prepare when I perform a multi-dimensional drill to the sound of Cake by the Ocean. Right here. It's homecoming 2017. There ain't no party like an M4 party, because an M4 party don't stop. So what I need y'all to do is stand on your feet right now and get caught with a march of these over the In 1946, Dr. Lawrence A. Davis Sr. recognized the need for a strong college band program and hired Alma L. Brown as the band director. Alma Brown was the first woman to serve as band director at a college or university in Arkansas. Standing on the shoulders of greatness, we salute the former directors, Harold Strong, O.D.E. Burris, Dr. Joseph Miller, Kelvin Washington, and current director of bands, John R. Graham Jr., to the thousands of students who have performed and the thousands of students who have marched in the AM&N Marching 100 and the Marching Musical Machine of the Mid-South, we say thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's Saturday in the South. And we're about to get this thing pumped right now. We're about to break it all down. And what we call it, get in there. Get in there. and James Hood. Who are going to sponsor Jennifer Piggy? Who are going to sponsor Whitney Lee? I am the alumni voice of the Marshall Musical Machine of the Man-South. Peace, and see you in the 5th quarter.
Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium here as we come in here on Hot 89.7 with the Little Brothers Johnson Strawberry Letter 23. Do you know anything about that, Mr. TyRece?
Absolutely not. I have no clue.
Well, we're going to educate you today.
Either way, tell you who's getting the education. I mean, besides every single one of the players out there, because, you know, this is a university. Puns aside, you know, Golden Lions is educating them in comeback material. And they've shown, I wish the game was only 2 quarters. There's so much that can still happen. Golden Lions coming back from a 7-20 deficit, able to come back and take the lead 28-20 now as we go into the second half. And a lot can happen in this amount of time, but the momentum is on the Golden Lions side, and they're going to be getting the football first. A little bit of confusion is going on the right side of the kickoff setup.
All 28 UAPB points scored in that second quarter.
All 28?
Explosion.
That's an explosion if I've ever seen one.
That's why I said it was such a lucrative quarter. You didn't want it to end.
Honestly, you didn't. I mean, there was turnovers, I believe. I don't even
Had
know
a
there was
block punt.
a block punt. Yeah, that was the big one.
A big kickoff return that cut the field in half. So, and the Golden Lions needed it. They had to respond after they trailed 20-7. And out of those 28 points, 21 of those were unanswered.
Yeah.
As we are starting the second half, and now another short little pop-up kick is kind of fumbled around for a moment. I don't know why they stopped it. Let's see, called a fair catch.
There was a waving of hands by the up man.
Fair catch, so no return allowed, but
it wasn't the man who did the fair catch call who caught it.
It was popped over his head. So if the second guy gets to it, that's an interesting
we're getting an education in the rules of football.
You don't see that very often.
You don't see that very often at all. Maybe if I'm the up guy and I call fair catch as they kick it off, does the back guy not get a return? Who knows, man? It's a it's a toss-up. But either way, they're going to start out at about the 20, about just past the 20-yard line. And it's going to be interesting to see how they come out here. Are they going to be cold, or are they going to try to start out hot?
Patterson's going to hand it off to Williams. Clogged up, though, right down central, and he picks up just a couple. Waiting on some halftime stats, I did get a chance to glance a little bit at them. And Williams had about 42 yards rushing there in that first half, and
yeah,
he also had a 59-yard screen pass as well. So he'll kill you in different ways.
Yeah, first of all, the play is going on.
It's Patterson scrambling, and he's going to have to eat it. It picks up about a yard or so. Going to bring up third down at about 7.
We talk about how dynamic Keyshawn Williams is, and he proves it as he rushed for, again, 43 yards after 11 carries, I believe it was. How many carries did he have? I'm not sure. But either way, 43 yards rushing in the first half is a well on schedule to get on the century mark.
Movement here. It's going to be an offsides free play. Goes up top with it, incomplete, but a good idea there by Patterson as he was looking for Mr. Paris Mack. I'm just waiting on him to catch one for a touchdown so I can say return to the Mac, but
no.
It just hasn't happened yet, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah, he's been targeted a few times here, and now they took advantage of that free play. He had to turn on the Jets a little bit to have a chance at the ball. Didn't really get close enough to it, but now third and very short. See what they do here.
Yeah, third and a couple here. 1 minute into the second half, 28-20, UAPB by 8. Going to hand it off, bouncing it outside. Nice little cut to the 40. Williams And he has got midfield and a big gain on the play as he is in pursuit of another 100-yard game. That puts him over 50 yards for the day and a first down for Keyshawn Williams.
Keyshawn, the interesting thing about Keyshawn's speed, it forces the hand of the defense as they have to pursue not to him, but in front of him to keep him from breaking anything off because he has that leap in speed as we talk about now. First down at the 50. Look at this. It looks like a false start. Defensive end
What are our penalties looking like here? It seems like there are a plethora of penalties.
A lot of penalties.
Another
false start on here.
Let's see. 4. That's now the 5th or 5 penalties for CSU now because they just had 1 and now 5 for UAPB. Yeah. Seems like more than that.
Yeah, it feels like more than that. CSU has had the more costly penalties. As a pass interference in the end zone, there was one that we've forgotten about really that set up the goal line touchdown, and now they're going to hand it off again.
Williams, big gaping hole as he gashes one and cuts it up at the 35-30. Looks for a block, lost his footing, stumbled out of bounds at the 21, but Keyshawn Williams, 2 carries in a row, is already pushing 100 yards on the day. And
if he doesn't have it, he's super close. That turf monster got him in the end of the play, but he was able to go from forward to north-south to east and west on a dime. And let's see what they can do here.
Little swing pass to Ralph. Flag is down immediately as he hits the edge, gets down to the 5 for first and goal.
Got smashed out of bounds.
Let's see what this penalty is.
Another penalty. That's going to hurt whoever it's on. It may be defensive holding, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the case. Illegal substitution on CSU, Central State. This penalty is declined, and now they're going to be knocking on the door first and goal.
That's big. That is big. So first down and goal here for the Golden Lions. 12:35 to play.
Illegal substitution. That's a bit of it's half on the coaching staff and half on the players. Getting off the field in time is a huge part of defense.
Patterson's going to hand it off. Williams got some room, spin move, and taken down at the 1, and a late flag comes in after the play. This could be a personal foul. Penalty is one of the, kerfuffle there.
I've been trying to work that in somehow today, and I got it in.
The old kerfuffle has reared its ugly head again.
As you can see, the tailgate party's going strong right now on UAPB-TV if you're looking on there. But
yeah, this hurts right here. You're talking about a personal foul penalty to, instead of having it second and goal at the 1, you're going to have it from first and goal from
the 16.
Yeah, that's a big penalty.
That's huge. That's huge. That's a mental thing. That's a discipline thing. You have everything going for you. Why would you ruin it by having some extracurricular activities after the play? Play through the whistle and then you stop. That's the idea. Now they got to work way harder than they need to.
Patterson will take the snap here. First and goal from the 16. He's got some running room, however. Another flag comes in as he gets back to the 5, the original line of scrimmage.
And again, the flag is going to probably move him back.
These flags are these are brutal penalties here after what would have been a second goal from the 1. Now you're going to have first and goal back.
Probably around the 30 or something like that, 25.
If you tack on
10 for the holding penalty.
26-yard line. We'll see if it's from the spot of the foul, and they're going to give him to him at the 21. Not as bad, but still.
Yeah.
But they're still showing second down.
Not playing NFL blitz right here is first and 20.
Second and goal from the 21.
Or second, actually.
Play action. Going up top with it. Has a man been complete looking for McNeil. And he had him for just a second, but overthrew him. Colby McNeil, the intended receiver.
Over-the-shoulder throw was open, but just led him a little bit too much. He's been having problems with those types of throws. Quarterbacks, man, they have a lot of skills. They have to have a lot of skill sets to be complete, to be considered complete. And that over-the-shoulder teardrop type pass is one of them. Not able to hit it that time, but he's shown signs of being able to hit it before.
3rd down and go from the 21. Patterson looks left. Now back over the middle. Incomplete. He had his man. The intended receiver was Jalen Collins, the tight end, right off his fingertips.
Jalen Collins, man. It's a hard play to make. It's a hard play to make, but it's a play that needs to be made, especially with a game that's so close. I have no doubts in my mind that Jamie Gillen's going to be able to make this play.
Well, they missed. They had the.
Wait, what happened?
They.
Was there a flag?
Another
Did I miss?
flag. There's so many. There's one almost on every play now. We just have to really be watching because they will slip a flag in on you. I didn't see it either, but
apparently offsides. So there's that.
So 3rd down and goal from the 16 here.
That's a weird
Get
set.
a do-over. And now they're going to give it right back with the false start. My goodness. It just.
He jumped off the line and then pointed at him like it meant anything. Yeah, they are allowed to move. I mean, it's just small mental mistakes now. And that's what I was talking about before the half. When you get cold, when you sit down for a moment, these types of things can creep up on you. And it was a matter of whether or not they could stay warm during the half. And apparently they haven't. They need to still have to They need to set that fire underneath them and get mentally ready again. Now third and the goal from the 20. That's such a weird thing to say, man.
See, maybe if they set up a screen or something here, or
I feel
a draw with Keyshawn. Design quarterback draw, and he's going to lose 5
just
more.
End it. Yeah, just end it now.
And what should have been a 2nd and goal from the 1 turns into a 3rd and goal from the 21, and now it's going to turn into a
golden toe special.
About a 44-yard field goal. And you almost had first. You had it at the 1-yard line, and now you're attempting
almost
a
guaranteed
32.
touchdown.
Let's see. We're going to call it 42 officially. It's right down the middle here. And
No
see if
problem for the
Gold
left foot.
Toe can knock one in here. Hit one from 52 last week. Definitely plenty of distance, and it is no good. Pushed it to the left.
So close.
And Jamie Gillen missed that one to the left, and a missed opportunity there for the Golden Lions. We'll keep it right here with 10:52 to play, 3rd quarter. It's 28-20. UAPB leading Central State University, but a golden opportunity goes by the wayside here.
A plethora of penalties on that drive, especially near the end. You know, the Golden Lions have a bit of a history of floundering in the 3rd quarter, taking a little bit too long to get warmed up and ready to go again. Now they have missed out an opportunity to get points on the board, and here comes the running play on the outside.
Trying to stretch it out with Saffold, and he's just mauled.
Oh, yeah.
Over on the edge here, gets to about the 24-yard line, but again, it's John Tavis Testa who he is ringing the bell today.
Oh, boy. It's either been Testa or who's the other one that's always been in the backfield?
Charity.
Charity. Either been Testa or Charity in the backfield making plays. A great job by the linebackers staying patient on the outside run, not giving him any space, not overlapping in any way to give him any room. Any.
2nd down and 11. Mays. And stuff. Saffold's going to lose yardage back to the 21. Little zone read there, and Mays probably should have kept that one.
Yeah, you know, they're trying to establish a running game, but it just has not worked out for them so far. A lot of their plays have been coming from their passing offense. And this time around, the running offense has been stagnant for a couple of weeks now, from what I've read. And so it's interesting that they're going to try to reestablish it against this stout running defense of the Golden Lions. But now it's 3rd and just about forever. A little bit less than forever, probably infinity -1.
Going to set up a screen, little bubble screen. Got a little running room, and then corralled into the lap of Testa at the 31. And it's going to be a punting situation coming up here. Those are always dangerous, though. If you get a one more little next level there, and then he's off to the races.
Yeah, screen is one of those first-level plays that get you to the second level at least. A lot of your big blockers moving out to the side, in front, like a moving shield. But the good work by the linebacker core again, to able to penetrate that shield and get to this man before any damage could be done.
Set to kick it away, Smith. Going to be taken by Ralph at the 30. A little bit of running room. Looks for a block. 40. Got a little something here. Look out. Midfield still free. Breaks free at the 35. Stumbles down inside the 30. And do we have a flag anywhere? That's the first thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, it looks like this is a clean play. But
wow,
great little move by Ralph as he had a blocker to his left side. Faked like he was going to go outside him, caused two defenders to bite on it, cuts back inside and is able to break it off for a huge gain. A huge return there by Ralph, and again, the special teams coming in with the spark plug that keeps UAPB momentum going on the offensive side.
Well, after Ralph fumbled that early punt, since then he's been a big-time player. Also had 3 catches, 61 yards in the first half, and another one here in the second half, so he's really turned that frown
upside down.
Yes, sir. Right. Nicely done. Gonna throw it here. Goes up top. Collins off his fingertips in the back of the end zone. Incomplete, and that probably should have been 6.
You know what, Collins, I need you to be like 2 inches taller and have a 5-inch more wingspan. That way you can get a hold of these high balls that they've been delivering to him. That's the second or third one he's had like close to his hands or in his hands that he's dropped in the end zone, and we'd be up by a lot more if that was the case. If they could just haul that in.
I formation here, handoff, right side, cut back. Williams.
Oh boy.
Hard yards.
Oh, you're still going.
He's still going. My gracious, this guy is something else. And they're gonna lose yardage.
Yeah.
I mean, he gains yards total of about 3, but he probably should have had about 5 or 6.
Yeah. Too tough for your own good is one of those statements that I never really believed in the sport of football. But in this case, yeah, he should have. He had a 5-yard gain, fought his way out of it, but ended up going backwards in the end. So, 3rd and 8.
3rd down 8.
And
should have been a free play. It looked like offsides there, and
99.
That actually should have been a personal foul. The extra shove after the play. He's lucky he didn't get a 15-yard penalty right there.
Oh man. Well, let's see what it's actually on. False start. Man, penalties. You cannot have it in this juncture. Discipline is a huge point of emphasis in a lot of locker rooms, and this is why. When you have penalties at late stages of drives, when you're near the red zone, that can absolutely destroy any momentum that you could possibly have, and it's going to put Jamie in a tough position if they can't get at least a few yards on here inside the 30.
Gonna throw it here. Patterson, look out from behind. Rolls to his right and right through the hands of Keyshawn Williams. It got on him quickly. Luckily, it went out of bounds and not intercepted there. But
went through 2 sets of Lions' hands. Keyshawn was one, and then number 20, McNeil, had the second shot at it. But either way, it's going to be 4th down, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Yeah, they're going to try to field goal this one. Oh, boy.
Well, now you're looking at about a 49-yard attempt here.
Yeah, they have a guy in the end zone ready to return it. I don't think he's going to be needed.
Off the left hash. And this one may have been partially blocked.
Might have been.
And it's returnable, even though he dropped it. He's up to the 20-25. Look out here.
This is a bad situation.
Gillen's going to have to cut off the edge. And look at that tackle.
God, Gillen.
And I told you he's built like a linebacker. And Gillen went over and just smoked him on the sideline.
Oh, boy.
That's that rugby coming out.
Yeah, that was a rugby tackle if I've ever seen one. Head up into the armpit, driven out of bounds there. But unfortunately, the kick got partially blocked and didn't make it all the way past the end zone. actually looked like it was going to be on target as well. They've come close a couple of times on the extra points to get to blocking it, and it looks like they got it that time.
6:56 to play here in the third, and the Golden Lions, a couple of good chances to score, but not able to do so. Those little
penalties.
The little things making big differences, and now going for the field goal there, and then how about the return all the way up to the 49?
Absolutely huge.
The Marauders trying to get some momentum going. They love the screen. They dump it off to their fullback here. 40, 35, lowers the boom, runs over a man at the 24-yard line, and the ball comes out late. Let's see.
What are they going to say?
But a big gain of about 24 yards on the play there for Central State.
Fullback slide screen right there. Underneath everyone. Perfectly executed that time around. The defensive line wasn't able to actually disrupt the play like they've been able to do time and time again before in the first half. So, CSU is now in scoring territory inside the 30. How will they react? How will the defense react? It's been but don't break time.
Well, nevertheless, they're set up here. The Golden Lions got to put their foot on their neck, as Monty Coleman says, and don't let them get up, but they have taken their foot off their neck and
for a moment
letting them try to get back in the ball game here. The Golden Lions really should be up by a couple of scores. Instead, they're up by 8, and Central State feels like they have life now.
Yeah, it looks like you can sense it in their body language. They've been able to run the ball with a little bit more fire than they've had before. The screen plays have been working out more. The offensive line's fired up, and they've been getting blocks where they need it to be. This is not looking good for UAPB so far. They need to make us a good stop here.
Sprints right with it. Now going to throw back left. Golden Lions defend it very well, and he just has to throw it away.
Almost didn't make it out of bounds, that one. Would have been easily picked off by the waiting, I believe that's number, I'm not going to get the number. Either way, it was a waiting defender in that area. So he had to make sure he really got a hold of it, chucked it out of bounds.
Stops the clock at 5:38 to play here in the third. If you're just joining us, homecoming here at UAPB.
That'd be homecoming.
28-20. Golden Lions, you have fun this week, homecoming?
You know, I did. You know, a lot of class was canceled, actually, instead of, people just not showing up. So I had a lot of fun.
I was wondering why I didn't see you after Monday.
Well,
TyRece was getting it in, having fun. All right, going to go up top with it. He's got a man, and it has dropped and should have been a touchdown. His old buddy Ford, who he went to early and often, he had Ford for the score, but Ford was pulling up there as Sean Steele was coming in. I think you heard footsteps.
Yeah, footsteps, and that's a very intimidating looking guy on that all black and gold, coming barreling towards you. You had one split second of lost concentration, can lose your whole play.
Another penalty, by the way. I didn't see it. They call it a false start. Usually they blow that dead.
Yeah, but, Oh, wait, that was a third down play?
Nevertheless, it's going to back them up, TyRece, and make it third down and about 12, 13 yards here.
If you're going to run the play, if you're going to allow them to run the play, then just make it fourth down. Why do you have to? Anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. Either way, it's still 3rd and 12.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left here. Mays takes the snap, sprints right with it. Tries to run to the edge, throws downfield, incomplete. Odom was the closest man there for UAPB, and nobody for the Marauders really within about 5 or 6 yards. Going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it kind of overled whoever he was going for in that area. He was sprinting out. It's probably just a throwaway, but it was a dangerous one at that. Now 4th down. Do they trust their kicker? They don't have a golden toe, but they do have a man. Let's see what the plan is.
It's going to be Trevor Till coming in to attempt a long field goal here.
Oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
He can redeem himself for the missed extra point. Going to be a 45-yarder from the left hash mark. They snap it quickly here. Kicks up. It looks like it's going to be to the right and no good. And it was very low as well.
Just enough power.
So the Golden Lions will take over. Needed a stop right there. And
got it.
with 5:25 to go here, third quarter, leading 28-20. Now they've got to take over the ball game and really
put something together. Points seem to be, you know, fast and often in the first half. Now they seem to be coming at a premium, as no one has been able to get any points on the board so far in the second half, which does benefit UAPB for as long as it happens. As they have the 8-point lead, they would need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion if they were to want to tie it up. But let's see what happens.
Little pistol here, turned the wrong way. Did Patterson, going to dump it off. Collins, the tight end, up to the 32. Picked up about 5.
Well, you know what? For what seemed to be a little bit of a mistake from Patterson, ended up being a pretty comfortable first-yard gain. Didn't panic, just went along with the play. Had a couple of receivers on that side that he sprinted out to, made the play.
And they'll spot it at the 33.
2nd and 6.
Patterson doesn't like something, checks over the sideline, surveys the defense. Play clock down to 10. Receivers switching spots. And going to snap it with 4 on the play clock. And it's going to be Williams, Keyshawn up to about the 36-yard line and bring up 3rd down and short.
Keyshawn is so healthy. Like, he's been bouncing off players left and right all day long, and he's done a good job. It doesn't show any sign of letting up, and he's the workhorse, as Monty Coleman said. He's the guy you want to go to in late game situations, and you have to have that running back if you want to put a game away.
3rd down and 2 here. Power formation, Williams bounces outside, now cuts back, and he gets no gain on the play, and 4th down coming up here. The Golden Lions, it was almost the same spot of the field last week where they went for it on 4th and much less than this here. This is 4th and 2.5, maybe 3. So they're going to go ahead and punt it away. I think that's a wise decision.
Right. One of the few bad decisions from Keyshawn Williams, decided to bounce it to the outside instead of cutting it up the middle. There was a hole there if he saw it. I don't think he did, though. There was a lot of traffic at the end where he ended up going, and that ended up costing him a couple of yards.
Gillen booms a spiraling kick. Going to be taken fair catch at about the 17. Another nice kick there by Jamie Gillen.
How many of his punts have gone inside the 20? I feel like all of them. No matter where he started at, it ended up inside the opponent's own 20-yard line, and this is no different. Great job by Golden Toe Gillen, putting us in a good situation.
3:21 to go here in the 3rd, and 28-20. We've been stuck on this score for a while now, but the Golden Lions haven't put away Central State quite yet.
Great job by the defenses of both squads, but I would like it for the offense of UAPB specifically to pick up the pace, try to cut down on the mistakes in the red zone.
Going to hand it off, big gaping hole into the secondary, midfield, and Odom corrals the Marauder running back all the way up at the 46-yard line of UAPB and may have saved the touchdown.
Yeah, he sure did. Great job by Odom to save the touchdown, but what's going on here?
That was Jerry Lanier, sophomore running back out of Philadelphia, and the man is down for the Golden Lions, but Lanier just sprung out of there with a huge hole, and he wasn't touched really until Odom corralled him about 30 yards down the field.
Yeah, you know, you got a great hole opened up on that offensive line, and another injury on the defensive side. That's been killing their defense all year long. They've lost a few players in the past couple of games that were huge in the secondary especially, and another secondary player seems to have gone down. Number 9, I believe.
Well, that would be Odom who made the tackle.
Yeah.
He chased him down, and
he put him on top of him instead of landing on top of the other way around, which is normally what coaches teach you. You know, we want to use your opponent as a cushion. This time this opponent used him, and he's going to be stepping off the field. He's walking out on his own power, though, so that's good to see. And another freshman will be out here. Let's see who's going to replace him.
it's tell you who it is. It's the best name on the team, Ronald Rocket III.
Oh, you see, actually, we made mention this in last week's game.
Does it get any better than that?
Who is this man known as Ronald Rocket? We're going to see a lot of them right now.
Let's just put in Ronnie Rocket. All right, handoff right side. It's Lanier again. Cuts up to the 39. So you got Steele and Mr. Ronnie Rocket.
Yeah.
The third.
The third. He's the third Rocket.
I mean, that is a Heisman name.
That is the Heisman name, man. Someone get that man a trophy just to hold. He doesn't have to win it. Just hold it for a while. But either way, great job by the defense to keep him to slow down the momentum of Central State at the moment. 4 yards on that pickup on the right side outside zone off tackle run. Let's see what they do now.
Hand off again. Lanier almost made a man miss, but no. Coming in on the stop, Kevin Carter said, not this time.
Yeah, that shoestring tackle. That's an old school one. You got to grab the laces and just pull it. He'll trip over his own weight. It's all right. I see you, boy. Those are some of the dirty tricks I used to do when I was in high school.
I can see that.
You give me too much credit either way.
3rd down and 4 here coming up for Central State. At the goal line 40, they'll fake it to Lanier over the middle. Clark, the tight end, caught it. Flag is down in the backfield, and a first down after the pass play. Clark is taken down at the 25. He took a big hit from Steele, but he bounced off of him. And let's see, we're going to have a hold on the Marauders, and that's going to negate a big 3rd down conversion.
Yep, penalties have been the story of the game, haven't it? Every time that any team got a little bit of momentum, got into the opponent's territory, some kind of penalty ruins it for them, and they go for a successful from a successful 3rd down play to a 3rd down and just a mile short of forever.
Just over a minute left here in the 3rd, 28-20. The Gold Lions leading Central State. That was our score at halftime. We had tons of scoring in the 2nd quarter, including 4 touchdowns by the Gold Lions. But so far, no one scoring in the 3rd. Bringing some pressure, throwing it deep down the middle. A great catch. It's Ford as he took a hit from Alcorn and picks up a huge 3rd down conversion. Threw it high. Ford just made a great catch.
Yeah, that was a great catch. Good, excellent concentration to hold on to it through the contact. And it landed right on the top of his shoulders, almost on his neck, and he was still able to hold on to the ball. Someone check that man's hands for magnets, huh?
Central State just keeps making enough plays to stay right in this game.
Exactly. It's been hard. It's been tough going. But they're back in the green zone, or the red zone, if you will. Close to it.
They'll hand it off, go right with it with Lanier. He hard running for a gain of just a couple over there to about the 28.
Yep. UAPB has been ready for that outside zone scheme.
That's going to end the 3rd quarter there, TyRece, as we will take a break here. 28-20. UAPB leading Central State at the end of 3. 4th quarter coming up right after this timeout. Happy homecoming 2017 here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. As we enter the 4th quarter here, 28-20, the Gold Lions leading by 8, trailed by a score of 20-7 at one time. Tim Stubbs, TyRece Boone here, and the Gold Lions still have some work to do to finish this game off, as Central State is at the Golden Lion 27 on a 2nd down and 8 coming up here.
Yeah, you know, it hurts that we weren't able to get any points in the last drive. We had plenty of opportunities. Even a field goal at this point in time would be excellent because that makes it a 2-possession game. And now let's see the defense as they gave up a huge first down at the end of the third quarter, and there's a whistle down the field. Delay of game. Okay, cool. Delay of game.
It's kind of mind-boggling how that can happen after a timeout and changing quarters, but it got away from them somehow, and that's going to make it second down and about 13 here.
Got to keep your eye on the clock. You know, you only have 24 seconds right after the quarter ends, so it's easy to get away from you.
Fullback in motion. They'll fake it to Lanier. Going to throw it deep down the middle, and it's caught on the post, and it is Ford, and he's down to the 1-yard line. First down and goal, and Ford is having a big game.
Ford is having an excellent game here, especially when it comes over the middle. It was a cover 3 set. They did a good job of covering the over-the-top routes, but he ended up turning it inside towards the middle of the field, right underneath that over-the-top coverage, and had plenty of space to make the catch and almost getting it into the end zone, but now they're at the 2.
So Mays under center. They'll have the power eye here. The fullback, Lanier. They'll give it to the fullback again, and he scores again. His second touchdown of the day. Darius Metters is in for Central State. You'll see the Marauders go for 2 here.
Yeah.
As they cut it to a 2-point game with 14:20 to go, and they're just hanging around. Now they're a 2-point conversion away from a tie.
Need a stop here. You can't get discouraged, not at this point in the game. Offense has slowed down for you, but the defense is what wins championships. And we need the defense at this juncture because you have to get the stop here. If you get the stop here, you force a terrible situation for the Marauders. Especially if you're able to get a score, you need a touchdown. Now they have to stop this this 2-point conversion.
Ford, who's been their go-to receiver, he's wide left, matched up with Alcorn. And we're going to have a flag here, maybe a legal motion.
Actually, it might be delay of game again.
You're kidding.
No. I'm not sure what that signal was.
It looked like an offsides,
but he pointed
you can't
to
be
the offside
maybe
on the offensive side.
The receiver was lined up offsides.
Interesting.
You
okay.
don't see that very often.
That's weird. Normally they ask the side judge, am I on, am I off?
So that's going to back it up here. TyRece to about the 7. Sprinting to his right, Mays throwing, batted down, incomplete, and look at Sean Steele make a play, young man.
That is a huge play there. Jumping the double out route, had 2 options on 2-on-1 situation, ended up throwing it right in between them, and he was able to knock it down easily. Great play there by Sean Steele, and that keeps us ahead by 2, but the offense needs to step up here.
We'll take a quick timeout here. 14:20 to play. Fourth quarter, UAPB 28, Central State 26. Right back in a moment. Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium here. 28-26, UAPB clinging to a 2-point lead with 14:20 to go. And Till set to kick it away here to the Golden Lions after the Marauders failed to score their 2-point conversion and they attempted to tie it. Taken at the 19-yard line, not a whole lot of room there as he stacked up. That was Kevin Creighton on the return. They're going to give him forward progress to the 27.
Yeah, you know, you try to pull a little bit of a Mac or Paris Mac and try to break something big. They're doing too much, son. Just take what you can get. You got to know yourself. And either way, though, decent field position to start us off.
Keyshawn Williams with that 60-plus yard effort there in the third quarter puts him at 106 yards now for the ball game, including a touchdown, averaging right at 6 yards a carry. He's also got a 59-yard reception in the game.
Yes, he does. That screenplay was a huge to set up the touchdown drive. Now the big story of the UAPB offense is penalties. Penalties, not only just penalties deep into the enemy territory. That's what's been killing them.
There's
in
another
these,
one here.
Oh, what's going on here?
Another penalty. This one's against Central State. They now have 9 penalties for 81. Let's see, for 79 yards. That's a 5-yard penalty. UAPB with 8 penalties for 59. So we've seen a total of 17 penalties in this game.
What's going on here? How did they? I don't understand. I didn't even see the penalty.
It's one on every play. I told you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta pay attention. I'm trying to give analysis and color or whatever, and they're just throwing flags out there.
They threw one on us for not paying attention.
Oh yeah, I think the only color I need to be giving is yellow.
Been a lot of yellow today.
Here we are.
First down for the Golden Lions, up by 2, 14-12 to play, fourth quarter. Got to throw it on first down. Patterson cranks it up. Incomplete and nearly picked off, looking for Ralph. And a nice defensive play there on the left side of the field at about the 43-yard line by Torrey Johnson.
I have an eye. That's dangerous, man. That was a dangerous situation. Great throw and good decision. Ralph had his hands on it, and it just fell out, and it almost ended up in the hands of the defender.
Ralph, the leading receiver, 4 catches, 77 yards. Missed him on that one. Another flag comes in as Williams picks up about a yard or 2 off the right side.
I don't think that's going to stand, though. It's going to come back.
An area of holding, and that's exactly what it is. And those are big. Those are 10 yards. 10 yards a pop, and those hurt.
We've been doing okay in the penalty game so far, but but when I say okay, we're doing better than CS is, Central State. But still, these penalties have been coming at the worst possible times. We were trying to get momentum on the offensive side by giving it to our boy Keyshawn Williams. Grown man Keyshawn Williams. It's just hard. It's hard to get anything going if you get holding penalties every other play.
Little pistol formation here. They're going to fake it. Throw it. Patterson had a man but threw it incomplete. A little soft spot on the field here on the left side, looking for Collins again, and he just hasn't been able to connect with Collins today, but he's had some chances.
Yeah, he's had some chances now, and now you have 3rd and yard short forever, and it's going to be tough. It's a tough play, and you want a first down here, but you don't want to try to force anything because you're only 2 points away from giving up this lead.
So 3rd down and 20 here. Patterson throws over the middle. It is caught, but for short yardage, another flag has come in.
Oh my gosh.
And maybe this will be a personal foul, late hit on the quarterback. That's
the only decent thing that can come out here, as it was late when the ball got thrown. So let's see what happens.
Nope, another hold. They'll probably decline this, bring up 4th down.
I feel like they got handles on them somewhere because that's
a lot to hold on to.
something to hold on to.
Those love handles, a lot to hold on to, right?
Defensive tackles, they're pretty big dudes, man. They're like 300+ pounds. So there's got to be some love handles back there. There's been holding all day long. Somebody tell them to get their hands inside. You don't get called for that on those situations.
This will be the 5th kick for Gillen today, averaging 55 yards a punt. That's outstanding. And he rips another one right here. Fair catch going to be called on a knee at the 24, and a very dangerous fair catch there by Renan Lorenzo.
Renan Lorenzo, I think he was considering leaving that be, but he knows, especially from the couple of examples that he's shown as Jamie Gillen, that was going to roll forward. And so he just decided to make the late decision, and pay it off for him barely. Almost dropped it.
13-13 remaining in the game, fourth quarter. It's down to winning time here as we're deep in the heart of this football game, and a 28-26 score. And now Central State down by 2 has the football. 1st and 10, their own 23. May's going to throw it. Had a man open, and that's Clark, the tight end, couldn't hang on to it.
Just barely. UAPB caught a break that time as the ball was very much in the hands and it just fell out right at the bottom of that catch. And when I said the bottom, I mean when he was falling to the ground to get it. Close. Can't have that happen. The coverage has been softening up recently, and they've been made to pay for it.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 here. 3 receivers set. Going to go up top, a little fade. He's got Ford, and he did not step out of bounds, so he gets a little extra. And Ford is going to have the first down up at the 46-yard line. That was a big-time throw and catch.
They've been having plenty of those in the second half. It's been big-time throws and catches all day long, and Ford, their number one guy, and it's like, all right, we're just going to have 2 people on the field right now. We're going to have it 3, the running back, this quarterback, and Ford. And they've been able to afford to do that, pun intended.
I like it. Snap it here to Mays. Fake the handoff to Saffold over the middle.
Oh,
he's
my
lucky.
goodness.
That's about the 4th time today that Mays has almost thrown an interception, albeit that was a little too high for everybody. And it was Sean Steele and Odom were the 2 safeties in the area. Now going to the ground is, it's a couple of times he was grabbing at his hamstring in the 3rd quarter, and now this time around the calf area, and maybe a little dehydrated. It is high of 90 degrees here in Pine Bluff today, so could be some dehydration issues.
You know what he needs, though, right?
I know you have this answer.
I do have this answer. You need some pickle juice. Pickle juice is great for
high in sodium. You have lots of salt, help retain the fluid. It makes sense, man.
It makes sense, man. Pickle juice. It's gross enough to make you think about drinking water.
It's actually good for your vocals, too. Some singers use pickle juice.
That's gross. I mean, great.
Some people like the taste of pickle juice, but some people use it as a remedy for their throat or to stay hydrated. You never know what you're going to learn on the broadcast with a couple of guys like us.
Yeah. You know, I talk bad about pickle juice, even though I have a 6-pack of it in my cupboard right now. It's just sitting there. So great start here. Sean Steele back to his feet, and he's going to limp off the field a little bit, but he looks fine. He's going to get himself some water, get a stretch out, and he'll probably be back on the field before you know it.
12.5 to play in the ball game. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 coming up here for coming up. I just kind of went right through that. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah.
And the Golden Lions need to stop right here, and they need to put this game away. It's getting a little too close for comfort. One score
could mean everything for either team. And that's where we're at right now.
Handoff and going nowhere. Saffold was eaten up in the backfield. And that was number 50 on the play. I don't have a 50 on my roster, and we've had a couple of those today. Sometimes we'll have some number changes, but
I believe it's Kevin Aggie.
I'll see. We have 2 separate rosters here. You have a roster from last week, and it's more accurate than my roster from this week.
Kevin Aggie on the play. That's a freshman doing work out there on the defensive end. I believe that's what it says right there. The defensive tackle, making penetration and getting the play stopped.
They look to dump it off, going back the other way. The big fullback breaks a tackle, and here goes the bowling ball of Butcher Knives up the left sideline, rumbling to the 20, out of bounds at the 15-yard line of UAPB. And once again, the big fullback, that is number 32, Darius Metters, getting loose.
Mike Allstott, boom, boom, boom. That's one of those things again. Man. The big fullback staying on his feet and just rumbling and tumbling through the sideline. And I think he just kind of ran out of steam on the way to the end zone there. He pulled it up a little bit short, but either way, terrible, terrible tackling there. Not enough of the body was together. And you got to hold on to that kind of guy.
Gonna run it straight ahead this time. It's Lanier, picks up a couple. But Central State knocking on the door here. 11 minutes to play in the ball game, and it looked like it was going to be a big hit on the fullback.
Yeah.
Instead, he just bounced right off of it and then rumbled about 30 yards after contact.
Ah, man, yards after contact is one of the ones that defensive coaches hate to see.
The rack yards.
The yak yards, actually.
Yak, rack, whatever.
Rack,
Make a play. Trying to get in the game here. Over the middle. Incomplete, looking for Clark. His tight end, Odom, breaks it up right at the goal line, and UAPB is going to have to bow their neck here. They need a stand.
They need to stand right now, and they need to stand fast. 3rd down and long. They've been having trouble closing out drives that have this situation. What you want is your safeties at the sticks or at the goal line, actually, and try to come up to make a play. Thing is, though, a lot of their 3rd down plays have been going over the top instead of underneath and letting your fast guys run around and make the play. So that's just one of those things you have to deal with as a coordinator.
Big 3rd down and 7 here. They can get a first at the 4. Going to hand it off Lanier at the 10. Cuts it up and dives into the end zone. Wow, what an effort. What an effort for the touchdown. Leaps over a man. And TyRece Saffold, the sophomore running back out of Haynesville, Alabama, just went airborne. That was an amazing effort.
That was an amazing jump. He soared over the top of the defender, and the defender went low.
Central State has the lead all of a sudden.
Again.
Wow.
I don't even know what I'm looking at right now because this is crazy.
Extra point is up, and this time it's good. We will step aside, gather our thoughts, and we got a lot of football game left with 10:28 remaining 4th quarter. It is now Central State University 33, UAPB 28. Right back after this timeout. (33-28), our score after the touchdown by TyRece Saffold a moment ago, in which it was an ESPN top 10 top play as he went airborne, leaping over a man, diving into the end zone. Central State back on top now, 33-38. Kickoff coming up here for the Golden Lions, and it's a short one, and it's going to be taken at about the 16. Look out. Bust up over the 35 to the 37. Pretty good field position here to start the possession.
Every time they started at this particular spot, was at the 34 and forward, they've had something going for it. It hasn't quite worked out recently, but the offense now needs to step up. There's no other time now. There's no other chance. You need to start to get the momentum back on our side, because if you do not, it's going to be a sad time for homecoming fans who are coming back, the alumni who all came all the way back from wherever they're at to watch us. And this is a great game, but we need to finish it.
Williams in motion. They'll throw it to him in the flat. Got it at the 40, 45. Look out, here he goes again. Having another big game today, up to the 42 of Central State. He's over 100 yards rushing, and now getting close to 100 yards receiving. That's a bad man right there.
What's the statement? Big players make big plays, and that's exactly what happens. You needed a big play, it goes to your big player, Keyshawn Williams. And it looks like they're going to go back to him the other side maybe. No, they're going to hand it off.
Yeah, they're going to stretch it here left side this time. And let me look at your roster. We have a Trey Cole, I believe, Travarius Cole, and I don't understand what's going on with my roster, but I'm missing about 5 or 6 guys from my roster today, and he's one of them.
Well, I mean, great job by him. I'm not sure what's going on with the rosters anyway, but here we go again.
Hand off again. This time it's Williams to the 33.
Close.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and short here.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to try to carry this on the back of Williams. He's going to come out for a spell. Christian Jordan, I believe, is going to be the one who's comes in.
McDonald, the big.
Oh, big boy McDonald.
Big back, Big back McDonald.
No.
Okay. He almost had a touchdown last week, and he's had substantial playing time in the last couple of years as the big back, and kind of got pushed down on the depth chart a little bit this season, but it was a crucial play a week ago. It looked like he was going to go in for the game-tying touchdown midway through the fourth quarter and fumbled right before he got to the goal line, and it was very close. And so is this right here as they bring out the chains to take a look, and it's going to be just a little bit short. Bring up 3rd and inches.
We're not talking about length of the football type inches. We're talking about literal, like, millimeters, centimeters from the edge of the first down marker. And now we're in the crunch time. This is game time, as you said, winning time. You got to make plays, and big boy McDonald is the one you want to make it. Do you want to go up the middle, or do you want to go for the sneak? Either way, they haven't gone for the sneak yet. I don't think they've actually run the quarterback sneak so far. They've done a couple of design draws.
9:22 to play here, fourth quarter. Goal line's down by 5, driving 3rd and inches. A couple of inches here at the just outside of the 32-yard line, and big play here. They're going to hand it off. It's going to be McDonald. He's got the first and a little bit more hard yards to the 25.
Huge play there. And now we have a chance to put some points on the board. You want a touchdown in this situation. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6 points behind, I believe that is. 5. That's 5. That's 5 points behind. I had to count it out. But either way,
Beautiful.
I don't know where I started at, too. I started at
beautiful.
6. Anyway, whatever.
Zone read going to keep it over the 20 to the 18-yard line. Gain of 7 for Laurel Patterson.
Can't get over the fact that I had to count that out. But either way, now great work by Leroy Patterson.
1 bean, 2 beans, 3 beans.
Great work by Leroy Patterson to get 7 yards there. Oh, boy. Yeah, you're never going to let me live that down, are you?
Nah.
Okay. All right. I can understand that.
2nd down and 3 here. Fake it to Williams. Going to throw it. Helmet comes flying off. And how about that? Throws look like with his offhand to Williams, but he's going to lose about a half yard at the 20, maybe the 19. One of the linemen for the Golden Lions. Let's see if I actually have him. Hey, I do. It's David Adu, who lost his helmet. He may have to come out for a play, and
he will. Yeah.
They're going to bring in Caleb Fabish and bring up 3rd down and 4 here.
A couple excellent names you just rattled off there, but either way.
None better than Ronald Rocket, though.
No, never. Never better than the Rocket. Either way, though. 3rd down and medium.
I mean, Ronald Rocket, Johnny Jet or something like that. I mean, it just.
You should be doing commercials, man.
Just rolls off your tongue. It's
Billy
beautiful.
Mays here. Ronald Rocket here with OxyClean.
That's beautiful. All right, big play here, all kidding aside. Going to call it 3rd down and about 4 with 8:04 to go. Gold Lions down 5. And
motion, man, or not.
Yeah, it's McNeil in motion, kind of, and then he goes back to a set position. They really are just now setting the ball. Now they'll do so.
Now okay, come on, tell us what
delay a game on the officials.
Come on, can they get a flag, please? Is that how it works? Who gets benefit from there? They just get embarrassed on TV?
Patterson going to throw it, looks left, and he had Mack open. And just maybe a little too much heat on that.
So much heat. That ball was actually flaming. It was on fire on the way to the man. Ended up throwing it, I guess, behind him, because it was a curl route. So
got to show some touch right there.
A little bit.
He's open. It's just pitch and catch at that point.
Yeah.
Stops the clock at 7:48. Now it brings up a 4th down and a long 3.
And they're going to go for it.
Big play right here.
You got to go for it at this point.
Trips to the right.
And a weird stack on the left, too.
In motion is Keyshawn Williams, just to the left now of Patterson. Got a man open. He had Ralph open. Now throws it up over the middle, and it's almost intercepted, should have been intercepted, and Tyron Ralph with wide open on the play.
And you see
Ralph's coming back to check on his quarterback and letting him know that,
I was
hey,
open.
buddy, we had 6. He just did not see him.
There were so many guys in front of his face. As an offensive lineman, you got to give your boy time. You got to give him at least a few more seconds. He got about 2, and then it was get out of dodge time, and he didn't see Tyron Ralph. Maybe if he had an extra second, he would have noticed him. Now it's big-time plays that needs to be made by the defense. Big-time plays that needs to be made.
Definitely a missed opportunity, as Ralph was no one within about 10, 15 yards of him. Would have been 6. Instead, turnover on downs. Gonna hand it off here. Saffold, gaping hole, bounces to the outside, and Alcorn couldn't corral him, but Testa and company gets him at about the 34, maybe the 35, but a gain of 14 and a first down.
Back juke City. He's back juke like 3 players on that play. That's bad pursuit. That's what you blame that on. You got to get at the inside hip get on your force. To force him, hit him on the inside hip to force him to the outside, and their outside players got to force him inside. That time they just were too far ahead. The heads were on the outside hip, and they got back juke because of it.
Well, now you're going to see Central State trying to work the clock a little bit. 7 minutes to play.
Plenty of time left. They just need to make a play. They need to get a stop here.
I formation. Give it to their fullback again, and he's stuffed, and maybe a gain of 1.
Fullback's been huge this game. They've been able to work him in many different ways in a fullback wide receiver screen, which was a weird one, but it worked out in the end. It led to a score that leads to a score right now. The big boy can play. Big boy can play.
He's been very hard to tackle.
For sure.
In this game, and he's made his presence known. 2nd down and 9 with 6:25 to go as the clock continues to roll. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. Central State leading UAPB 33-28. Gonna pitch it wide right this time, and Saffold is stacked up with a host of Lions close to first down yardage.
Good stop there by the defense, but there's still one more play to get done. 3rd and short has not worked out as well as 3rd and long has for the Marauder offense, but
3rd and less than a yard coming up here.
But now, when all the chips are on the table, and they are definitely on the table, clock's still rolling, and it's becoming less of a friend to me than I'd like it to be. But now you got to make a play. When you have to make a play, who's going to step up? All the points have come from the second quarter. All the points have come from the second quarter now. And defense could not keep up with just the pressure, or cannot keep up with just the pressure of having to keep them away.
Stuffed. It's going to depend on the spot. They force Mays backwards on the quarterback keeper, and he may be just a little short here.
And I would not even be surprised if they went for it. I don't think they will, but I don't know why I say that, but
maybe a couple of inches. That's just.
It's 4th and 1 now.
I mean, you can see where they have it spotted. It's clear that he's got to get it to the 45.
Yeah.
And it is literally
about a half a football away from
nose of the football away, so
they're going to bring it out again.
Yeah, they're going to bring it out. I mean, but it's pretty obvious that he's got to get to the 45, and you can see the ball spotted just
shy of that.
Yeah, about a half a football or so.
Oh, no.
But will they go for it? That's the question.
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Actually, they
had it spotted a little wrong on the sideline. It appeared it is enough for a Central State first down, so scrap all that.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a bad one right there. But, 5 minutes to go. How long are you going to let this happen, huh? How long are you going to let the running game get forward momentum and keep this clock moving? You have to make a play here on the defensive side. They've lost a couple players in the secondary who are normally great in the run defense. Now they have some freshmen out there. They have to put on the big boy helmets and get it in there.
4:45 in counting. Golden Lions do have 3 timeouts. They trail by 5. Central State with the football here, going to pitch it out wide. Saffold's going to be eaten
up.
Oh, my God. Huge loss and a huge hit Coming in there was Kevin Carter. He was already kind of stood up, and then Carter came in and just cleaned house.
Yeah, you're not standing up in my house today, sir. Yeah, that's exactly what Carter said when he smashed him after he was stood up. The whistle didn't blow, and what's Coach always say? Play through the whistle, not to the whistle.
Played through his chest on that one. Just went right through the heart of him.
Absolutely. And now,
loss of 6.
Loss of 6. Huge play now. They have probably 3 more to get.
Second down and 16.
3, 2, 1. They're close.
And the clock rolls at 3:50. Big hole right side. Nice cut here. Saffold's got the edge. Look out. 45. Cuts it up. Stays in bounds and stays on his feet. Now out of bounds at the 24. So it was a smart play. And then not so smart play, as he probably should have just fell down there if
you wanted to keep the ball rolling.
Exactly. You want to keep the clock going.
But the clock's still moving anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. But either way, I mean, I don't.
First of all, it should stop to set the chains on a first down. A.
Number 1.
B. He went out of bounds.
Number 2.
C. I'm confused.
You know what? Number C. Yeah, I'm confused too. Either way, now everything's going wrong for UAPB.
3:15 and counting, and the ball at the Golden Line 24. Handoff Lanier, spins off a man, and that Golden Line defense looks a little tired right now.
They need some, they're going to get some reinforcements coming in.
Breaking through some arm tackles, and up to the 16-yard line, a gain of 8 there for Lanier. Clock is going to be stopped at 3:01 for a timeout here by Monty Coleman.
Huge timeout there. That was more of a morale type of corral your team kind of timeout right there to get them all together. Let's get on the same page, boys. We need a stop here. We can't let them get any closer because if they get if they get a field goal, they're going to be in prime position to put this game away.
3:05 left. 33-28, Central State University leading UAPB, and they have a second down and 2. I see you over here.
Counting.
You got your beans out again.
Got my beans out, trying to count them up. If they get a field, if they're able to hold them to a field goal here, they'll still be within 8. It'll still be a 1-possession game. The main goal should be to keep them out the end zone. Everything you can do, keep them out the end zone.
Because the clock is not on your side.
Exactly.
And they just had to use one of the timeouts right there. But yeah, a touchdown
will be killer. And I think of all of the homecoming games that have been blowouts, this one will probably hurt the most because it was a close game. It'll be a good game. And we still couldn't get it done. But now let's not talk about things that haven't happened yet.
Sappho tripped up. Gonna spot him. To say his knee was down for basically no gain.
Good job by the referee to spot that. I didn't see it up here.
3rd and about 1.5 yards coming up here. Clock rolls at 2:45 and counting. Yeah, this is a big play. This determines field goal or touchdown possibly.
I'm setting hot routes in my invisible controller here. I'm sending blitzes. I'm stacking the box. They don't get that first down by running the ball. That's for sure. If they want the first down, they're going to have to pass. I'm stacking. I'm putting everyone in the box. I'm putting you in the box, John.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Big 3rd down play. Handoff. And it's going to be very close to first down yardage. It's going to depend on the spot as Saffold is going to be marked down at about the 14. And Central State thinks they have the first down, and it looks like they are moving the chains. Indeed, they are, and a first down for Central State with 2 minutes and counting left in the game. The Gold Lions have 2 timeouts left, but they're going to need a turnover here.
First down puts it away. This is crunch time situation here.
Wow.
I saw it once the 7-minute mark was going. I didn't realize they were going to control the clock so well by running the ball.
May not give it back at all. Big hole. They are going to give it back because they're going to have to kick it off after this touchdown by Lanier, who just went through almost untouched for the score with 1:36 remaining. And insult to injury there. Makes it 39-28, puts them up 11. And the Marauders have an extra point coming up, and this homecoming went
from this emotional roller coaster. I'll tell you that much.
Well, the homecoming game, it's been a good homecoming.
It's been a good homecoming.
Put it in perspective.
Let's put it in perspective here. But
this is
let's talk
a
about
sour
this game
end here with the football game, obviously, and the extra point is good. Just hold your thought. Let's take a timeout.
No problem.
1:36 to play. After the touchdown by Central State, they lead it now 40-28 over UAPB. Kickoff when we come back. Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium. 1:36 to go. Tim Stubbs, TyRece Boone, and
that was a hard.
What a drive by Central State. They held the ball for over 6 minutes there, and then the Golden Lions still felt like they were going to get the ball back, and
Eventually.
they are going to get it back, but now they're down 12.
I mean, do you believe in miracles, Tim?
I do, and they're going to need one. They're going to need 2 scores and a $136. That would be considered a miracle, right?
Yeah, I think that would be. They need a good return here.
From the 12 over the 20, 25, and wrestled down at about the 27.
They were determined not to let Mac do the same thing that Mac does almost every week. Get a huge return at big points in the game. But
I told you, Mac, return man, return of the Mac.
Yeah, man. But, you know.
It's too easy. But he did have a big return earlier in this game, but they need a little bit more than that. And that stagnant third quarter. Neither team scored. And then all of a sudden.
That kept him in it. One score could have put him away.
Go back to that possible second down and goal from the 1. All of a sudden you look up 3 or 4 penalties later, you're kicking a 42-yard field goal, never scored. Going to throw it here. Patterson, right side. Caught. McNeil makes a couple of men miss at about the 46, first down.
Good play to open it up now. You got to open up your boys. We got to send them deep because deep out routes are probably the flavor of the day right now. And that's what we need. Big plays that go out of bounds.
Clock rolls at 1:20. Here's Patterson, right side, incomplete. Looking for McNeil again, same play. And sails it out of bounds. And bright spots again. Keyshawn Williams, another big ball game as running track has really helped him. You can see that speed, that extra gear.
You know, I used to run track. I mean, I didn't run. I threw the ball, the shot put. But, you know, I could see a lot of work been put in.
Here's Patterson again. He's going to keep it this time. Gets over midfield. Pretty good gain up to the Marauder 42-yard line, 41.
Gotta go. Gotta get up and go.
And that'll stop the clock for a moment at 1:06. Golden Lions down 12.
They're going to take a timeout. They believe they can probably score here. I'm not going to bother trying to count up the difference again, but, you know, it's a hard game because it was a good game. And it's one of those losses that's going to probably stick with you a little bit because you had the loss last week, which was, you know, to extenuating circumstances. I'm not even sure if that is even the right set of syllables to make the right word. But
sounds
either way.
Great.
But there was some extenuating circumstances. Boom, there's the word. And there's some close plays and close calls from referees that you could talk about. With this one, they just kind of got outplayed in the second half.
Had all the momentum in the world there in the second quarter. 21
4
straight
touchdowns in the quarter. That's like, that got to be close to someone's record.
And then it just had a hard time turning it on here in the second half. Outside of that first drive,
they could have
went up by 15.
I feel like there was a personal foul in that list of penalties as well that really killed it. And I can assume that whoever that player was, I forgot his name, but whoever the player was is going to be doing some sort of punishment at the end at the start of next week's practice.
Patterson going to throw it here. Got a man complete. It's Hawkins at the 27.
Ooh.
Cut back at the 15 and down to about the 14-yard line on a first down.
Hit him with the okie doke right there, caught it, and then high stepped around the man, ran a circle around him before he got down the field. Great work by him, and now we're in striking distance. Oh boy, this actually could turn out well.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Williams the lone back. Going to go left with it, looking for Sims again as big receiver, and it was really thrown to the inside. Back shoulder throw or up high, and could have had a better shot at it there.
Over the top shot or something. Give him a little bit more touch. That's what Patterson's been dealing with. The lack of touch on the ball, lack of proper touch.
He's got a 6'6" receiver. You got to throw that.
You could throw that thing to the moon. You probably come down to it.
Got to go upper room with that.
Yeah, man.
Going to throw it here over the middle. It's going to be caught down to the 1-yard line. It is Ralph with a 1st and goal coming up here. Clock is rolling now, stops at 36 seconds. Golden Lions down 12. Got to really score here on this play and then try to get the onside kick.
That'll make something happen.
Stuffed, and can he get momentum? That hurts. He's going to be stopped just shy of the end zone while the clock is just melting away. Going to have to use their final timeout, I believe.
That was a big one. They needed that one, and that just didn't happen. The quarterback sneak, you try to be quick with it.
Haven't gotten much with that the last couple of games.
Yeah, something needs to happen. I think that they need to start cutting with that front 3 linemen, or moving them to the out to try to open up some space for them, because the straight over the top shot isn't working. They haven't been able to get enough leverage. They haven't been able to get low enough to do anything with it, and so now you're in a third. First and goal?
No, they gave him. They gave him enough for the first and goal, but you have 1 timeout left and only 26 seconds.
And they cut with the
ball. Try it again, and it looked like he got it, but now they do. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Golden Lions. A very, very late call, but the touchdown is good, and with 19 seconds remaining,
at least makes it look good.
Makes our score Central State University 40, UAPB 34, and an extra point coming up here for Gillen.
Yep, great job on that drive. They haven't hung their heads yet, and now, what's going on here?
They're missing a lineman.
Oh yeah, that holder was very infuriated at that missing lineman right there, and yeah, you got to keep your head in the game even at this late juncture.
Extra point for Gillen is good. We'll just keep it here. Give me a moment to give some credit to our crew here today. And back in the Hot 89.7 studio is Tony McCassell. Special thanks to her. And our UAPB-TV crew here on hand, Archie Howard, Arianna Carmichael, Kianna Austin, and Roger Robinson down on the sideline. Of course, Roger Dodger. Of course, Randy Kelley. Our director here today. And then us.
Yeah, I think that's us.
TyRece, Boone, and Tim
Stubbs. You're struggling reading our name. Couldn't recognize it.
I was reading this list.
I'm not sure what that's going on.
Had some.
Either way, it had some information on it, but either way, now they're going to look for the onside kick, and not enough juice on it to even get to past 10 yards. And that's going to probably do it. They're going to take the knee and probably get us out of here.
$18 seconds left.
Some shenanigans in the press box.
Could not get the onside kick. 40-35 the score. And they only have 1 timeout left, so nil it down here. Let's see if they even choose to use the timeout, but Central State has come in and shocked the Golden Lions. And that is going to be it. Game is over as they douse their coach in Gatorade, and a shocking upset here. And a tough
loss.
Pill to swallow for the Golden Lions. Lose it 40-35 here on homecoming to Central State University. Ouch.
Yeah, ouch is not even the word I would use for it. Youch is the word I would use for it. That hurts so bad for this Golden Lion squad, as you know, they were talking about having a chance for SWAC, and they needed this win. They needed this win as a momentum builder because they have a couple games in Little Rock coming up before the Senior Day game. And if you want
another bucket of Gatorade dumped on an assistant coach.
I hope they aren't wearing any equipment. But either way, let's talk about this game real quick. First quarter looked bad right now. Let's talk about the first quarter. They didn't come out fast. They gave up 14 points or so. And then what else? I mean, second quarter, though, everything turns out fine. Everything turns out well, actually. The offense gets on fire. The defense scores. Defense didn't score. Defense stops Marauders from scoring. And then third quarter, everything kind of stagnates at 28-20. That kept them in the game. That kept them believing that they had hope to win it. And then fourth quarter comes around. They've been able to drive the ball a couple of times in the second quarter. Haven't been able to get any points from it. But then they get that crucial fullback screen down the sideline, and that sets them up for a touchdown. And that's going to do it. And that's what pretty much put the nail in the coffin. They couldn't get the fourth down conversion on their own territory, and that pretty much did it. 6 minutes later, they score a touchdown again, and that's going to finish it.
Well, we're going to wrap things up here for our crew and for my man right here. It was fun once again, Mr. TyRece Boone. I'm Tim Stubbs. As we say so long, happy homecoming, but the Golden Lions fall to Central State University by a score of 40-35. Be safe heading home, folks. We'll see you next time.
Enjoy your life.
Go Lions.